hate puppies.
It's a good podcast.
I feel threatened.
That'll do it, Troy. That'll do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems, making sure you don't miss your Super Bowl bet, and figuring out what beer you should be drinking this weekend. Are we allowed to say Super Bowl?
We are.
Who's gonna?
I think
sue
we
us?
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they ain't gonna. They're not listening to this.
Oh, I bet they are.
They listen to everything, don't they?
I bet they are.
That Google translates just all up in our
NFL, they're
business.
so powerful.
You know, there's a whole service you can get now where they will literally, every episode that you upload, they transcribe it, and then they put all the words online so that when the Google crawl happens, it'll be like, oh, this episode talks about that, and you'll
Wow.
get more found. So it's like an easy way to get more downloads based on the topics you talk about.
Do they have a stew translator?
I'm sure they do.
So do we need to say things like sex, money, politics, like just buzzwords to like get it to?
You got me sold. I'm tuning in. Ooh. Hear about that new podcast Inside the Pallet House? It's like sex and money and politics.
Celebrity gossip.
They come here, it's beer and fart jokes. Like, that's not exactly what I thought about. I said, my bad.
Beauty is the eye of the beholder.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a long
It's been a long time.
time.
Yeah.
So it has been a long time.
Yeah,
Been
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
I've had a weird 2 weeks, man.
yeah.
I've had a weird 2 weeks. I've been all over the world.
'Cause you had a work trip and then a
Oh,
fun
yeah.
trip too, right?
Where'd you go on your work trip?
Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh, dude. I love Pittsburgh. I think that's a cool.
I've only been there
ass
once.
town.
I was not impressed.
You weren't looking in the right places.
That's what
Were
I
you
hear.
there before or after that bridge collapsed?
Literally the day after.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, even the person I was going there to
I'm gonna
meet
check
with,
that alibi because that's a little suspect right there.
to the point that when I was going up there, she was like, you might want to leave a little early because the way in and out of the city, like that's a major artery that
Yeah.
people use to not deal with the highway that you're coming in on. So they go around, do that. Like, now they all have to do your highway. It's like, don't worry about me. I'm really late. I'll be getting there late
I'll
at
be
night.
there tomorrow.
That reminds me, Lee. I watch the engineering catastrophe shows all the time. Do you ever watch those things?
I try to avoid it because it does give me nightmares.
It is crazy the
Yeah.
amount of stuff. I mean, those are great shows. They're on like Discovery Channel or
Yeah.
something, but they're science or something. But
Yeah.
it's
Not-
crazy when you just see buildings and fucking
Fall apart.
yeah.
Yeah, not to go too far down a rabbit hole, but specifically in this bridge, they talked about having like a D rating or even an
Yeah.
F rating or poor rating, whatever So the American Society of Civil Engineers puts out a rating every single year of bridges, tunnels, roads across the country, and basically grades them and says like, hey, these are the ones that need like immediate repair. These are ones that are okay. These are ones that, hey, these are perfect and pristine. Don't need to do anything with. And the number of
I
bridges,
bet we don't have a lot of pristine.
no.
Yeah.
no. The number of like bridges and tunnels that are in like immediate dire need of immediate repair are shocking. It's like 76% or something or another.
It's crazy.
It's bad.
It's crazy too. Like they'll be like in some podunk county in Pennsylvania, and they'll be like, yeah, in this county alone we have 182 bridges, and this, and you're like, you don't even think about like how many,
I mean,
quote unquote overpasses
Yeah.
and like
And it's even little small things like
Oh,
you go
yeah.
over little culverts over streams and stuff. But I mean, those were built 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And
You know what's crazy is 76% of all the bridges are in trouble, and yet the only 24 that I ride are all perfect.
it's
You know?
crazy. Richmond has a perfect record.
Everywhere I go, perfect records. I was thinking
it is
about
scary.
that. Like I'm driving through mountains,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that doesn't even take into account these tunnels that are going
Yeah.
through God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like at some point, God goes,
Fuck
think
your
I'm gonna,
mountain.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna shut that tunnel down.
I like when you're riding through the valleys, through the mountains, and you see like the falling rock signs. You're like, what the fuck am I gonna do? What the fuck am I going to do riding down the road and a fucking boulder takes me out? Like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm keeping my eyes forward to see if
Yeah.
anything's in the road, but like,
You'd be surprised how strong those rock fences are. How like the reinforcing they do on those piles go so far down into
yeah,
the ground.
to stop them.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy how strong those things.
Safety
they can-
first.
what they can hold up. But it is shocking when you start looking into some of the infrastructure around our country. and
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
this is problematic.
You don't see inspectors out on those bridges often.
Yeah, every
you
couple of
see them,
years.
but you
Yeah.
don't. It's not like every other time you
Yeah.
cross a bridge you
Yeah.
see one.
They're
Like,
using drones a lot more now.
Yeah, they
because
are.
Yeah.
you can actually just you
Well,
can
it's-
get out to a lot of bridges and just fly along, and then you can review the tape.
It's
Yep.
also a whole lot safer from like the man perspective
Yeah,
too. Like
you
your
don't have to have
employee
that
perspective.
truck with the boom that
Exactly.
goes over
Yeah.
and under.
Yeah, so you basically have a man standing on the shoreline or on the bridge or whatever.
Yeah, or
and they
under
can
the
go
bridge.
down
Don't
and-
even
and
have to
s-
get
yeah.
near the traffic.
Yeah, that's been a
that-
positive side of things.
That poor drone. They're more fragile than you think.
Still not as good as getting up close and looking at it with your
Yeah,
eyes
and
and
that's the
like
thing,
touching it and.
But I think you can see, like, all right, we may have a
Cracks and-
problem.
yeah.
We're gonna go look at that instead of slowly.
Notice that
looking at
one
every-
side isn't connected. We
What's the
should
problem?
look into that.
Yeah.
Well, that bridge apparently years ago, like somebody on Twitter like took a picture and was like,
Yeah, chunks had started falling out of that.
Oh,
And
wasn't
the-
that the one that like the cross?
It wasn't
beam,
even
like,
connected.
yeah, it was rusted out. It just
Yeah.
was hanging there in
weren't,
space.
They weren't touching, and the guy on Twitter was like, "I think this could be a problem, but I'm assuming some of these braces above must be there to take care
Yeah.
of the fact that this isn't connected." And then like it got reported and talked about, and they were like, "Yeah, we need to fix that." That was like 4 years ago before that thing fell.
Somebody's getting paid.
Brutal.
I'm surprised that they didn't have any fatalities on that. They said even of the injuries they had, none of them were life threatening. Nobody
wow.
went to ICU. It's just like bumps and bruises.
Yeah, because
basically.
no one ever died from a falling bridge. That's why we don't have to prioritize.
Talk about the bridge in Italy a couple years back. That fell.
Ooh.
That was a bad one.
That was a bad.
Did you hear about the lady down in Florida? I think that fell.
Oh, the
walking
biker.
her bike across the drawbridge.
Oh no.
It
As it
opened.
went up, she was, I guess, close enough to the gap and
They
fell
said
in.
that she held on for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Like she had fallen and she caught the edge, like in like an action movie.
Like in the opening, or was
Yeah,
like
in the
on
opening.
on the bridge side, like sliding down it kind of thing.
I
No,
don't.
I assumed it was the opening is how
Yeah.
it was
Gosh.
presented. And then she was holding on as it was going up, and then just
Somebody tried to help her and couldn't get there in time or something.
Yeah, I mean, how do you get to her? Going up in the air.
Somebody's going to lose their job. I mean, you're supposed
Yeah.
to check for
those
those
have
things.
like man operators.
yeah.
like, yeah. That's terrifying.
yeah, that dude was just watching TV and just hit the
Yeah.
Oh, boat's coming. Here
It's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock opening. Hit the button. Every hour on the hour. I'm not going to check to see if anybody's out there.
Yeah, that's scary.
He's like, "Is that my ex-girlfriend?"
You know, I forgot where I
you,
heard
Sheila.
this.
Yeah. Bye, Sheila.
I heard this in a traffic school or something, or maybe a motorcyclist told me, but basically a lot of motorcycle accidents happen because drivers aren't really prepared. Your brain isn't looking for motorcyclists.
Yeah.
Nope.
Same for pedestrians. Like
Yeah,
you're
so-
as a driver, you were only like looking for other cars,
Big
trucks,
cars, yeah.
vehicles, whatever else.
So a lot of times people look left, and then they don't see a car. They pull out and a motorcycle hits them, or they hit a motorcycle. Probably same thing for this guy or girl operating the bridge. He's scanning for cars, doesn't see a car. On the
All's
side
clear.
of the road, there's a chick walking a bike,
Yeah.
and then
yeah, that's part of what like the Vision Zero campaign aims for in terms of like pedestrian and bike safety in cities or really anywhere, is to kind of reframe where people are looking when they're driving a car to make sure that, hey, I'm coming up to a corner. I need to make sure there's not a person coming across the street or whatever.
I did that a couple months. I've got this neighbor. He's like a really, really cool guy. Like the kind of guy you want to know. Like I've met him a few times. I've always enjoyed hanging out with him. And I'm always like, that guy's cool. Like I'd like to become friends with him. And a few months ago, I was driving along and I came out to this intersection and he was jogging. And I looked his way for a car. And then I looked over here for a car and I was kind of in a hurry and I just pulled out. And I mean, I pulled out right in front of him. He was jogging by. He saw me look that way. So I assumed he thought I can keep running. And I pulled out, and then as I looked to my side, he's like right by my window, and I was
Yeah.
like, so I gunned it to get out of his way, and I waved like,
Hey, man.
Yeah.
it's me, the guy who wants to be your friend. He doesn't wave at me anymore.
No.
Like I ruined a friendship,
Yeah.
and I honestly looked, I didn't see him.
Sometimes, yeah, your brain just doesn't register a 5 to 6 foot slender thing versus a 8 foot
Yeah.
wide, 6 foot tall car.
we got a one exit out of my neighborhood. You can only turn right because there's the median is
limited access,
Yeah.
right in, right out. Yeah, I got you.
So I've been
Nice.
there. I've been there on a bike coming down the sidewalk and almost been hit because the car is only looking to the left because they
Yeah.
know no
Yeah.
no cars are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the exact spot
Yeah.
because I've almost done the exact same thing.
So I've almost been hit, and I've almost hit a pedestrian coming across that sidewalk
Yeah.
because I'm like the danger's coming from my left. I'm looking from the left.
yep.
Even if I looked right, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. But it's like your brain is thinking.
Yeah. My
know,
my immediate concern is only
yeah.
left. Exactly. Yeah, there's a kind of counterintuitive thought process to like one-way streets and things like that in a city is
Yeah.
people get so used to being like, oh, I only need to look one direction, but there is
Yep.
I mean, God forbid somebody happens to be driving the wrong way down
Yeah.
the
And
one-way
that
street
happens
too.
a lot.
Yeah,
That happens a
absolutely.
lot.
Yeah. Infrastructure is a weird thing, right?
Well,
People
Pittsburgh's infrastructure is fine.
They got a lot of bridges.
They got rid of the
they
one.
got rid of the worst one.
That's right. All the other ones are good. I can tell you what they do have in Pittsburgh. They have good food. They
That's
have
good.
great
Yeah.
food. It's the only place where they put fries on like salads and stuff.
Yeah.
Is Pittsburgh the place with the what's the Permani brothers?
Permanis,
Brothers.
yes.
Oh,
They
yeah.
put fries on their sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
But I got a new jam. I got a new sub shop there.
Oh,
So
yeah?
I got into Pittsburgh a night early, and I went down to like the Pitt campus, and just kind of like walked around checking out some stuff there. And then I was in downtown Pittsburgh in the Market Square, and I saw this place. It was called DiBella's Subs, and it just had that look. You know, like when you can see a sub shop and you go, I belong in there.
Like a Subway.
Like a Subway, like a Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Quiznos.
Ooh. No,
Toasty.
it just had that look. It was like checkered tile in there, and I
Yeah.
was just like,
They
I need
haven't
to
done
come
any
back
like
here.
renovations in 40 years.
the 100 years. It
Yeah.
looked like, and I was just like I need to go in there. So the next day, like I was with my coworker, and she was like, well, where do you want to eat? And I was like, oh, I was thinking about hitting DiBella's. And she's like, oh, Institution. I'm like, sweet. I chose the right spot.
Yes.
And I was like, so, what should we get in here? I walked in there, dude. I ordered 2 subs because I wanted to know.
Wow.
I want to know what the best is.
Yeah, so I went in and I go, look, I want that steak and cheese. And then I was like, and I want your favorite sub. And she was like, okay, ask the Godfather.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And
Please tell me like some good capicola.
Capicola,
Oh, fuck
spicy
yeah.
ham on it, all this
Yep.
stuff. And then she's like, you want it hot? I was like, ma'am, I want it exactly
Yeah.
how you would make
Yeah.
it. Don't
Yeah.
ask any more
Yeah.
questions. You make your sub.
Yeah.
I'm trusting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 subs. I don't need this sub.
This is for the experience only.
Man, they had fried that stuff up, so like the spicy capicola turned into like pepperoni.
I love that.
Holy shnikes. That was one of the best subs I've ever had. I don't know how she made
Dude,
it.
I love
but
a
she
good
made it
fucking
right.
Italian, man.
Yeah, it was so good. But heated up, I wasn't aware of that. That was a
Yeah.
whole nother level because they do it like a steak and cheese.
Some good provolone on there.
Oh, dripping in it.
Yeah, I
No,
love it.
It was phenomenal. And this woman is watching me, and that's like
Like your
she's-
coworkers watching
Yeah.
you eat two subs.
I eat 2 massive subs and a bag of chips.
Only one chip?
And then we got to go like
I'm on a diet. Only one chip
Trying to
and a
cut
diet
back.
soda.
and then we're
please.
going to do like a multi-million-dollar pitch, and I could just see her looking like
How are you
this
gonna
son of a bitch is
survive?
gonna sleep like through the
Yeah.
whole
You're gonna
meeting.
go cardiac arrest.
Oh, this was a coworker you were with.
Yeah,
Nice.
because
I
I'm
missed that part.
brought in to like help out with the big deal.
Yeah.
You know,
So she's local.
This
and she
dude's the
knows.
ringer. He's over here.
and I'm just in there.
He's food coma and up.
I'm in there fucking mayonnaise on my shirt. And like I know
Like
we're
oil
here.
and vinegar everywhere.
Yeah. It's like we're here for you, but I'm also here for me.
Yeah.
Like, this is my time right now. This is for me. I went off.
That's awesome.
She respected it though, and then I get into the meeting and all I do is talk about food. Like I'm using food examples, different things.
All sorts of analogies to like, you know how you make a good team? You build it like a sandwich.
That's
You
right.
gotta-
Yeah. You know the best part though?
You need to start with good bread. That's your management, right? Okay.
That's right. Yeah. So we've been in there for like an hour and a half. And this has been a long meeting, and like we're crushing it. They're asking lots of questions, going really
Your
well.
blood sugar is plummeting.
And this one dude's like, all right, Brendan, I got to be honest, man. I haven't eaten today.
And I'm starving.
He's like, you are making me real hungry. He's like, you guys want to go get something to eat and continue this conversation? I was like, my man,
Yeah.
wrap it up. Like, let's roll. So we did. We went to
Same
to a
place. I ordered the same two
Yeah.
subs.
No, we went to a dive bar, and I got in there, and I was like, I want those pierogies, and I need your chicken wings. I need that. Like we just ordered up all the crap and just had like a buffet.
Nice.
That's
Sitting there drinking Iron City
That's
Lights.
got to feel good from like a sales perspective. It should be like, I closed this shit and we're going to crush food afterwards.
Yeah,
Like,
and they want to go eat now.
Yeah.
Like they're like I'm sold, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's
stop
go.
talking. Let's go eat.
Let's go hang out.
Let's celebrate.
We went to a Pittsburgh Penguins game.
That's
Had-
sick.
I was like 6 rows up from. They were playing the Caps. That was
Nice.
dope.
Yeah.
But when it was all said and done, the Caps won the game, and we walked out. And this one guy looks at me and he goes, "Well, that was a great game. Too bad about the Caps. Never doing business with you again." I was
Fun
like,
while it lasted.
"Fair enough, my friend. It was worth it."
I heard a hot sandwich take the other day on a podcast, and I didn't know you were going to talk sandwiches, so I'll just throw this out there. Somebody said that Philly has shitty cheesesteaks.
Horrible.
Fight that person.
Why? For telling the truth?
No, dude. You can't come for like Philly cheesesteaks.
You've had Pat and Gino's, right?
Yep. Pat, Geno's, Tony Luke's.
Okay, can we just stop at Pat and Gino's?
Sure.
You know those are trash, right?
I get why you would think that they're trash, but they're actually great.
Are they?
Yes.
In the same way ramen noodles are great?
Yeah. Also, yes. I love ramen noodles.
I
have a
understand that,
stack of them.
But
in
you
my
could go
office.
get ramen, and it's far better.
I mean, if you bring your own like rotisserie chicken and some like spinach to throw in there.
Sure.
Now,
it's
I've
nice.
only
If I
been-
got to go to Pat and Gino's and bring another cheesesteak, it's a whole fucking
I've only been
problem.
to Philly once, and I forgot which place I went to. Went late night to one of those two joints, and had a delicious, I
Yeah,
thought,
absolutely.
cheesesteak. But I was also 100 beers deep.
Yeah.
That
It was
helps.
like 2 in the morning.
So is the argument that a steak and cheese isn't a good sub, or just that Philly
No, they
makes
just-
bad ones?
Philly makes bad
The
ones.
first sub I got at DeBella's was a steak and cheese, and then I said, "Give me what you want." And I'll tell you, DeBella's steak and cheese kicks the crap out of Pat and Gino's.
So do y'all not like the cheese whiz, or
It's
is it the
called Wit.
I know
I love that.
whiz wit. It whiz with.
Yeah, wit.
That's what it's talking about.
Yeah.
Wit is with.
No, just Wit.
Yeah, whiz wit. Like wit, it
Wit,
means
wit.
with.
I understand that they don't know how to speak.
I love fake. I love that fake runny cheese.
Yeah,
It's
it's dope. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're somebody that wants, like, oh, I want smoked provolone to be on
Yeah.
my steak and cheese.
No,
then-
I like their bread, the Amoroso
Oh,
roll.
Yeah, Amoroso rolls.
Okay,
Fantastic.
I'm in. But how about we
You just
use
don't
like
think they use like higher quality enough meats?
I think I'm 100% certain that Taco Bell looks down their nose at what they're serving in that place. And that cheese, that wit,
Yeah.
that's crap.
I don't know. I got yelled at the first time I went to Pat's and I did.
Oh, yeah, any
and I
place
did
with a
provolones.
shtick where they yell at you. That's
Well,
a
I was like, I
great
want
place.
provolones. The dude looks at me out the counter and was like, you dumb motherfucker. Get out of here.
That place is not good.
So I did whiz wit every time.
It is funny when
It's
you
good.
get when you get
It's
Do the
good.
thing in the place, Brendan.
It's good in a respect. Like it's good because they've created something.
And I'll say, like, hey, Pat's over Geno's, 100%. Pat's is good in the moment, but yeah, there are better Philly cheesesteak sandwiches in Philly. That
It's
you
like
can go
saying-
get.
Yes.
You can
it's
get other ones. Like,
yes.
It's like saying McDonald's has a trash burger. That's true. They're better burgers, but you got to
Yeah.
give respect because they started
Yeah.
it.
And
It's
I'm
the-
willing to give that.
Yeah, yeah.
I will
Okay.
give them the McDonald's seal of approval. Like
Yeah.
for what it is, sure. High churn out,
Yeah.
low quality, good taste. But I
absolutely
prefer other steak and
do
cheese.
go to one of those or both of those in the same day, whatever. Like, do those, check it off, and then go find the other ones that you like in the city. That I'll say.
Yes, I'm
fine
saying
with that.
Philadelphia has good cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
It's just not those two.
Sure. Those are the institutions, like you talked about. They're the
That's what I'm saying.
OGs, and they're fun. And
If you
go
haven't
there,
gone, you should
especially
go.
100 beers deep. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
it's great.
That's-
Dude, those cheese fries too. Dude, they take the fries and just put all the cheese whiz on that.
Yeah.
and that's okay. I enjoyed
good.
the wit on the fries.
Yeah.
Because it's,
Ow.
but I also like Fuddruckers where I get to pump my own cheese on it.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's the same crap.
Yeah.
We have a listener. She hates liquid cheese. Like, is disgusted by it.
It's because it's not cheese.
Yeah.
like there's not even dairy in it. It's like a whole different
Yeah.
thing. It's a pasteurized
Yeah, but-
cheese-like product.
So are most American cheese slices.
There's no dairy. Oh no, I think Kraft puts a couple drops of milk in
Yeah.
there so they can be like, it's 2% milk. It's not 2% milk. It's literally only 2% milk. But
By
that's-
weight
They
only.
get
not
the
even by,
eyedropper
like-
out.
Yeah.
on each
Yeah.
slice as it goes through.
Yeah, but there's always a time for, like, Velveeta's not real cheese. But, like, if I'm going to make a Super Bowl dip, we're going to need some Velveeta in there because it gets runny. There's value in that. We're Americans.
Yeah.
It's not always about health
I'm gonna
over
be eating
here.
some of that shit on Sunday.
Woo-wee. All right, dude. Are you psyched, dude? Your team's in the Super Bowl.
Hadn't happened since I was in the 5th grade. It's funny. After the last game, my phone and Facebook blew up because I'm literally the only Bengals fan that anyone knows.
Like everyone's token Bengal fan.
I had people reaching out I hadn't heard from in years being like, congrats, man. I'm happy for him. Like, I mean, I'm excited, but you know me. You guys know me. Like, I'm just not. I don't live and die with my sports teams like I did when I was in my 20s. Ever since I had kids, I kind of like.
But you've always given a crap. Like when you come over here on Sundays, you never go, hey, someone's got to put the Bengals game on. But if there's like, if the TV doesn't have something on, you're like, well, why aren't we watching the Bengals?
Yeah,
like, you care enough.
Yeah, and it's funny. We swung by Cincinnati and on our road trip a few months ago. I had never even been to Cincinnati. And we just happened to go a couple months ago, and then this year we end up in the Super Bowl.
How did you end up a Cincinnati fan? What's the backstory there?
When I was a kid in the 5th grade, they went to the Super Bowl and were playing the 49ers. The Icky Woods,
okay.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't want to be a 49ers fan. Everyone was a 49ers fan.
Everybody.
So
That was the Joe Montana
yeah,
years
exactly.
and Steve Young, yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to go Bengals. And I've stuck with them. And it's funny because people that know me know, but people that don't, like, I've been wearing my Bengals gear more. And people are like, how long you been a fan? Like
Joe B bandwagon.
Dude, I was in
like 89, 88.
I was in the Jersey Mike's. Funny, back to the subs. I was in the Jersey Mike's the other night and had my Bengals hat on. The guy was like, how long you been a fan? I said, since the 5th grade, which is longer than you've been around, son. And he was like, yeah. He goes, I said, that was 89. He goes, yeah, I wasn't born then. Oh. I go, this hat's 10 or 15 years old. I hadn't had a reason to buy any Bengals gear. I was in the Bengals shop a couple months ago and didn't even buy any gear. Of course, it's skyrocketed there, and I'm too cheap. But
you really should have bought something.
I should have. I bought
a pair of socks, something.
I bought my kids some stuff.
Good, because I bet they're rocking it like crazy.
Not wearable stuff like footballs and stuff like that.
They're still walking down the halls.
But yeah, I'm excited. But honestly, even when we were down big to the Chiefs, I was just thinking like,
happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah. Like we outkicked our coverage this year. Like we're not. If we lose to the Chiefs, that's a good loss. Like they're a good team, but I mean, I'd like them to win at the Super Bowl. But
I mean, Joe Burrow is a literal psycho. I mean, like, by definition, he has no highs, he has no lows.
Yeah.
I said that right after when LSU won. If you go back and listen to the podcast, I was talking about how when he did that post-game interview, there was no emotion.
Yeah.
He didn't give a crap that he'd won. It looked like he could have won or lost, and you wouldn't have been able to tell.
Just another checkbox. It's another thing.
Just another day, like going through
it.
Well,
and I think, too, like, even if we lose, like, I think we have a good shot of being there again in the future. So it's not like
a talented team, for sure.
Just got to shore up that offensive line, but
that's
I'm
beautiful.
Excited. And I'm glad the 49ers lost because, for those that don't know,
that would have
in 82 and in 89, the only time the Bengals have been to the Super Bowl, we played the 49ers and lost both of them. And I was like, I do not want a round 3 of losing to the 49ers.
Part of you does, though. Part of you wants to beat them more than anybody. Revenge. And that's a far easier team to beat than the super team that is the Rams.
Yeah, but I'm happy for the Rams, too, because even if they win, like, that's a different team. It's not the 49ers winning yet again. It's
I'm
not
happy
the Chiefs
for Matthew
yet again.
Stafford.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. I honestly
escapes Detroit and gets to like
I want him to win.
Yeah,
because all those guys who never got out of Detroit.
Yeah,
you know,
Calvin Johnson.
Do it for Barry. Do it for
Yeah.
Calvin. Yeah, you know those guys never made it out. And they just had to retire because they couldn't get out of the contract. And Matt just kept playing until he was old. And then he was like, I'm going to have to go and just at least take a shot with the super team.
It's funny, though, the Bengals bandwagon is full because everyone loves Burrow and Chase. Like and the kicker. Like everybody.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
The kicker's dope.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said after the
Guess we're going to the championship.
Yeah.
Guess we're going to the AFC championship. Yeah. It was like a 52-yarder, like on the road.
Dude set a rookie record a record for most field goals made in the postseason. Like he hadn't missed them forever. Like,
I like your team. And on a positive note, weeks ago I took the Rams to win it all.
That's right.
if there's ever been
A surefire.
Do we want
kiss
to
of
do we want
death.
to talk about our last bets right now?
Okay, this will come as a shock to everybody. I lost. My team won. I didn't cover.
Yeah.
That happened to me too, right?
You took the same team as you took the Rams also,
Yeah.
and we didn't cover, but they won. But fortunately,
It was like 3.5, and we won by 3 or something
But
weird.
fortunately, 4 weeks ago, I put money on the Rams just to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So your futures are still good.
My futures look great, and they're 800 to 1 odds. So,
Wow.
like it's looking great. I get $8 for every dollar I bet.
Yeah.
So, and I went back in when it was at 600, which
did
the
it
only
again, right?
difference was that's when I used the last money in my account, and then in the hours it took, one other team had been eliminated, and it just moved their odds down 600, and I was like, I'm still going in and put more money.
So that
on them.
means if the Bengals lose, I can be happy for you because you've made some money.
You can, but you shouldn't be. Here is the weird kiss of death, though. I haven't lost a Super Bowl bet in like a dozen years.
What's the thing I sent you to about how
Oh, the colors of the
Yeah.
jerseys?
they said like 7 out of the last 8 teams that
Wear
wore
We're white.
have
And
won.
the Bengals are the home team.
And the Bengals chose
to wear
wear
black.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's another nail in the coffin.
As well, they should though, because that looks
Yeah.
That
a
black
lot
unity is
cooler.
sick.
Yeah. But so that could be the kiss of death there, because I'm saying, but it could be the kiss of death both ways. I haven't lost a Super Bowl bet in 12 years, but that's always with the spread. Like I've taken guys who have lost
Yeah.
but covered,
Mm-hmm.
and this year I have them with the money line, but technically it's at 4.5 points. And I don't know if I'm going to put more money on the Rams. I might just let the money that's on the money line ride, because I got a funny feeling they're not going to cover.
I think it's going to be a close game.
It's definitely going to be close. I haven't bought any gear because I'm waiting for the Super Bowl, because if they win the Super Bowl, I'm going to get
You're
some
gonna
Super
buy
Bowl.
that, yeah.
But if not, I'll rock the AFC Championship
Yeah.
gear. Like,
Which will be on sale.
yeah, I don't want to buy the AFC Championship gear and just be content with that. Like, I want to.
The AFC Championship stuff sucks, though. Like
I've
I've
got
got
they
a-
have N in it. I
I've
mean,
got
all
an-
of them.
I've got an NFC Championship Bears shirt. Like I only wear it to the gym
Yeah,
because it's just like, it's like, look at me, second
Yeah.
place.
yeah. That's because the NFC sucks. AFC is better fucking teams.
Yeah, Lee, who are you taking in the Super Bowl?
Bengals.
With the points or just straight up?
I think they can win outright, but I'll
The
take,
line's moved
Yeah,
from
I'll
4.5
take-
to
if
4.
I was
It's
gonna
coming
say,
back
Yeah,
because it started at 3.
everybody's putting money on the Bengals.
Yeah.
It started at 3, and then 3.5, then 4, 4.5. I'm glad to see it's coming back, because if it comes down to 3, Rams, Ram tough.
I like the Bengals to win this game. I think they're young, they're talented. They can score a fuck ton of points, and they can hang
And
with
the
anybody.
quarterback's literally a psycho.
I think
That
it's
is
their
the
time.
best
I
thing.
think it's their time. I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta think they
the-
beat the Titan. They beat Vegas, which
Yeah.
wasn't a
Titans
bad
on the
team.
road, Kansas
Ti-
City on the
yeah.
road, Vegas. They're
Vegas was at home, but that was a 4-5 matchup,
Mhm.
coin flip. But they go beat the number 1 Titans on the road, which no
Yeah.
one said they could do,
Mhm.
and then they go and beat number 2 Chiefs on the road.
Yeah, the biggest thing that scares me is the Rams do have a good defense, and
Yeah.
I think they're going to be getting after Joe Burrow, and he's
Oh,
tough.
yeah.
He can move around, but he's gotta
Bengals
be able to-
defense has been on a roll.
Yeah,
You know who's got some good odds to score a touchdown is Odell Beckham. It's like
Yeah.
it's like paying like $2 right now
yeah.
on the dollar to get him to get a touchdown. I'm kind of like, yeah.
He might find his way.
I just
he
think-
might throw for one. You
I
never
think
know.
Yeah.
prop bets are a great
Yeah.
way to have fun.
That's a good
Oh.
way to like ease into the.
And PSA for everybody, we've talked about it before. This is the time of year if you're going to open up one of those sports book things. This is the time
Yeah,
because
they're
you
doing
can,
like 56 to 1 odds.
they've got one on FanDuel right now where like literally if you bet $20, they'll just give you $200 in bets.
Honestly, I was gonna ask you probably after the pod which one I should sign up for, but I might do both. Or like do 2 of them and bet one winner on each, so I'm guaranteed to win something. out
But
of it.
FanDuel will give you guaranteed betting money, so you
Yeah.
can just put $20 in, bet it, and then
Yeah.
you have $200 to bet with. So it's like, why wouldn't you take advantage
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah. All right.
I'm-
Well, that's one of them I'll sign up for then. I guess.
I'm saving. I don't know. I may sign up for Caesars because the commercials are cracking me up. Might see what's going on there and play some. There's some coin flip bets,
Yeah.
some nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, let's get this party
No,
started.
I've been meaning to ask you which one I need to sign
Oh
up
yeah,
for.
this is the time of year. You're not going to get a better special on your Degenerate app.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the halftime show.
I don't even know who's playing this year.
What
Dude.
older? Oh my gosh! What older fucking dude isn't? You got Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Snoop.
Okay, I do remember.
I think
seeing this
Mary
now.
J.
Eminem opened up a Mom Spaghetti pop-up
I
in
saw
LA
that.
right
Yeah.
outside the stadium. Which, how badly do I want to try Mom Spaghetti?
He did it. He did one in Detroit recently too, didn't he?
But that's not a pop-up. That's an actual
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah,
that
okay.
exists.
Yeah.
He's putting a pop-up up there because
That's awesome.
why not?
Yeah, make that money, Em.
Yeah, he's hurting for cash.
Y'all do anything big?
Not really. Cooking some food. Like I got the girls are going out. Well, my wife, this is actually brilliant. She has set up like a whole brunch day, like with her
Nice.
friends, where they're going out ahead of time. So I'm actually going to have the kids and be doing some stuff around here, and then we're just cooking around here. But I'm assuming you're having a party. I was actually going to ask you about that. Didn't want to do it on the air, but here we are.
not really. We've been going to my neighbor's house for years. Like,
Not this year.
yeah,
They're coming to you.
no, I'm still. They got a nicer house.
He
So-
didn't have to
What?
clean up when
Yeah.
he leaves.
Well, this is the neighbor that lived across the street from
Yeah,
you.
now
So
they
now you go
moved.
to his
Yeah,
other house.
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's interesting. I was in my mind, I was coming to your house early. I was going to drink a bunch of beers and eat your wife's food because your wife's a cook, dude.
Well,
and for
and
me,
his
Super Bowl's
wife
about
does the
eating.
same thing. Like, it's just all finger foods. It's just all dips and
That's what I'm
and
talking all
hot,
day.
and pigs in a blanket and just
crispy things, saucy
yeah,
things,
exactly,
dippy things.
exactly.
Yeah, I was going to come to your house, drink a bunch of beers, eat all your food, leave, come back here, eat all of our food, then watch the game. I was going to do 2 parties.
The problem
When you're
for us
ordering
is
from DiBenedetto's or whatever, they gonna send some subs down for you.
I usually do like Chicago food. I
Oh, yeah.
in, but I didn't do it this year.
the problem with us is we always leave at halftime. When they lived across the street, it was literally walk across the street
Yeah.
because the kids got to go to
You
bed.
can't
It's a
leave at
school
halftime.
night.
No, you got to watch halftime.
Well, now I got so like we're probably I'm gonna record it at home and then we'll leave at halftime and then
No,
just
that'll work.
and
Pick
then
it back up.
And then
pick it
play a
back
little,
up.
play a
Yeah.
little catch up. Then we
Yeah.
don't have to watch. Well, the commercials.
Well, then
are
we
dope.
have to make sure we don't like text them and stuff.
Oh my god, yes! Now that I know that, I am absolutely going to be like, "Oh, kickoff return!"
Oh my God! Can you believe what that just happened?
Burrow's leg
Burrow's-
is snapped.
Troy, I suggest
Both of Burrow's knees bend the wrong way. What?
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
would suggest the moment you leave your friend's house, just turn your phone off. Like,
Yeah.
don't turn it back
Until
on.
you catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till
Well, you won't
up.
catch up because if you're gonna watch like the commercials and everything.
Commercials have sucked for the past
I
like
don't-
5 years,
I
and
don't
you
care
and
about
you
the
can
commercials.
watch them now. Most of them are already online.
They put them up ahead
Yeah.
of time.
Which I don't like.
I don't like that at
I don't
all.
really appreciate them.
and I don't
doing
like that they suck. I liked when they were awesome. It was so much better when they were good.
I'm offended that your commercials suck now.
I mean, they're still pretty. There's
They're not-
always a couple winners.
There's a couple, but like for
you gotta
all
sit
the
through
commercials,
some bullshit,
yeah.
though. Yeah.
We've obviously just been watching at the house the last couple of years, and I can't name a single one that I was like, oh my God, that one was the best thing I've ever seen. I don't feel
Last year there was one. What was it? Will Ferrell, and they were like electric cars, and they went over to like Sweden or whatever.
like. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
remember
vaguely
that.
remember
That one was funny in the moment. I was like,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Hmm.
Don't remember what the product was. I know it was an
No.
electric car.
That's always a good sign when you don't remember the product of
That's
your
exactly
stupid
what
commercial.
they don't want to happen.
There's gonna be
Yeah.
a bunch of like the crypto ads this year.
Oh, it's crypto for life, dude.
Do you think because it's basically a home game for the Rams, like do you think it's gonna be like 80-20? Like
Well, they talk about like you talking about like fans in the stadium.
yeah.
They talk about the expense of what the tickets are. That it's so hard for the casual fan to go to a game these days. That it's going to be the upper end of either
Yeah.
fandom, and then just whoever else has.
Well, you
the
gotta think
money
like the
for it.
diehard Bengals fans, which their fans are known for
Well, they'll
being
spend
like,
the money for it.
yeah, they're gonna go. They're gonna travel and go. Like,
But it
every-
costs a lot more to carry your ass from Cincinnati to L.A. than it does to
from LA
drive
to LA.
drive from L.A. to L.A.
I also
and on
heard
top
that
of that, you
tickets
have
have
more money.
I've heard tickets have dropped a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen some stuff early this week in like the 7,000,
They were-
8,000.
yeah, now they're like down to 3
Yeah, which is still crazy.
because a lot of
Still
people don't
insane.
care. In
Yeah.
LA, a lot of people
It's also
don't care.
better, like a better.
It's such a
for
better
all
experience.
of the like what the Super Bowl has become. Like you talk about the commercials and the halftime show.
Yeah.
And like it's better to sit on your couch and watch it than it is to be. At
Yeah,
the
when we
game
had
and
our
watch it.
25-inch shitty TVs when Brendan and I were kids, yeah, you'd
Low
rather
def,
go. Yeah,
black
but like
and white.
when everyone,
Everything's black and white for you, dog.
I see some stuff, dude.
there's some purples in there.
I wouldn't know. There's blues. There's lots of blues. I know that.
But when everybody has a 50, 60, 70-inch TV and like DVR, like
4K.
yeah,
all
what are
that
we
other
messing
stuff,
around
yeah.
with?
Yeah, it is a better experience to just watch on TV.
I was
these days.
texting with somebody today about like would you go? Like they asked me if would I go? I'm like, I don't know if I think I would only go to a Super Bowl if somebody was like, I have an all expenses ticket, VIP. Now we'll go. Like I'm not going to pay for any of that.
When
crap.
the Cubs made it to the World Series, I flew my ass to Chicago.
I did the
But
same.
I didn't pay those thousands of dollars to go inside.
Yeah.
I paid dozens of dollars to party my ass off right outside
Yeah.
with my people in
Yeah.
the bars, watching the game, high-fiving. And
Yeah.
honestly, that was probably just as good of an experience.
Yeah, but like baseball, you get home games. Like the Super Bowl doesn't work that way. Like
Yeah.
I'm not traveling to L.A. to see
oh,
the
yeah, there's
Bengals
true.
play. Like,
Yeah, why would you go
Yeah.
to New Orleans to where your team isn't?
Also,
Yeah.
I went to
to-
see Clemson play in the national championship in 2015, and it was like at the time I was like, oh,
Where was that?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the same thing. It's like if it had been a home game, yeah, absolutely, pay
Yeah.
any amount of money to be in there to watch a national championship game in Clemson. But instead, you fly across the country. I was there in Phoenix for 36 hours.
And half the
tops.
people in the bar are the other team's fans.
Oh no, I went to the game and like paid.
Oh, you went to
yeah,
the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
paid
that's
for,
little
granted,
different.
Thankfully, got like face value tickets. Luckily, so didn't pay like this exorbitant thing. But still, like the flight out there.
Who were they playing that year?
Alabama.
Yeah.
They lost that year, but I went and I was like, "Oh, this would be like a once." I mean, the last time they played in a national championship was '81.
Yeah.
So surely, I gotta go, and then they go the next year. And then
That's
Yeah.
even the
Like-
better part about the World Series is I got like 3 nights of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, like they played tonight. They're gonna play
dude,
tomorrow
I would
night.
have loved for that Clemson Alabama team to run that one back. How good of a game that was, and then of course the next year was just as dang good from my perspective. They ran it back,
not
like,
better.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that team in 2015 run it back, like do a best of 3, and then in 2016 do a best of 3, like 3 straight weeks. That would have been.
That is the
fucking
crazy
sick.
thing about football. Like the best team doesn't
You
always
get
win.
60 minutes. That's
Like-
it.
and you only get one shot.
Yeah.
Like I love 7 games because
Yeah.
the cream will rise to the top.
Yeah.
Like you can be down, you can
Yeah.
come back. You're not. It's one shot.
Yeah, you're throwing everything out of your playbook. Everything.
Yeah, dude, your palms are sweaty.
Yeah.
Mom's spaghetti.
And sometimes it's just it's 60 minutes, but it comes down to one play.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, the NFL in general is like that. I mean, look,
Yeah.
your team sucked a year ago.
Yeah.
Like one of the worst teams in the whole.
Well,
damn
we didn't
league.
have Joe Burrow.
You did
You
last
did have
year.
him last. Well, he got hurt.
He
last
got
year.
injured.
He did.
Yeah,
get-
but you know what I'm saying? It's that.
Yeah.
It's literally that.
Yeah.
The margin is that small.
Yeah.
All those teams are dope, and then you get like
Well, it's
one
like that
thing.
Kansas City game when they didn't kick the field goal at the end of the first half.
yeah,
I mean, they would have won.
You just need one killer.
Yeah.
One killer. You got one. You got one. I'm
I'm
rooting for
I'm
you.
excited.
He's a cold.
You're not
motherfucker
rooting
for
for me,
sure.
you son of a bitch.
I am because no, honestly,
He cares about your happiness more than his
honestly,
wallet.
the future bets have so little money on them that I can still make money. Like I think I have about like $20 riding on it, but I can stand to make $100 plus.
Yeah.
So like, I don't have a whole lot of skin in the game.
You don't have $1,000 to make $1,000.
Yeah, like every other schmuck.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
got very lucky. Like I have a small bet that'll pay out enough that I'll be psyched.
You
if
bought
they
a
win.
lottery ticket.
That it looks pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have money on coin flip. I'm gonna have money on Odell Beckham. I think he's gonna get one. Like I'm gonna place that bet. I'm gonna play so many stupid.
I expect
prop bets.
Higgins to have a good game.
Do you?
Yeah.
Done.
They're going to be covering Chase, and
Yeah,
he's had a good couple games.
I love T. He's
That-
my boy.
Yeah.
Sold. Say no more. I'm probably gonna put money on like the over. No idea what the over is. Just gonna take it.
I would take that.
Yeah.
You know, but what is it? What
Who
if it's
knows?
I don't know.
75?
Bet.
Sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm gonna place all these other bets. If the Rams win, that's the cherry on top. But I'll be happy if Stafford wins, and I'll be happy if the Bengals shut up everybody and prove that this league you can go from second to last to first.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
awesome.
and they've done it. I mean, I hate to say that like anything the Rams are doing is the quote wrong way by any means, but the Bengals have done it the quote right way. They've
Yeah,
drafting well.
drafting.
They've coached up young talent. Like they've done
Yeah.
all the things that you're quote unquote supposed to do to get your team from worst to first. And
So speaking of Super Bowl ads, this beer is coming out for the Super Bowl that I got for the deli.
I
The-
haven't even heard of this.
So I'm hip to the beer scene. the first ads that are going to run are going to come out in the Super Bowl for this new Bud Light. It's called Bud Light Next. What's that? Super 48.5? Done. Taking the over.
48.5 seems easy.
Dude, that seems way low.
This was 15 hours ago.
I'm taking it. So you got Bud Light Next. This is the beer that Bud Light is or Budweiser is going to push during the Super Bowl. So I wanted to at least try it now in case
It's in
people,
a skinny can.
which is lame.
Well, that tells you it's a healthy beer.
Oh, this is the healthiest beer. They're taking Michelob Ultra and they're probably going to have an ad. Please do this. Bud
Yeah,
Light,
like
where
I
you
know where
just
you're
have,
going. I like
just
this.
have fat people drinking Ultras.
Yeah.
And then like the real shredded people come rolling in drinking the Bud Light Next. Bud Light Next is the first beer ever with 0 carbs. 0.
Zero carbs, 80 calories, 4% ABV.
They still managed to have enough booze in it to make it a beer.
Yeah.
Little low.
I mean,
but
some beers used to be 3.2s and shit. Like 4 isn't.
this beer's going to suck. Here we go.
It's a weird color scheme, right?
Blue and white.
It's It's like UNC blue and Duke blue and white.
Yeah, it's very UNC color. I gotta read what
It
says
smells
on the
like a
bottom.
fart. Hey, take a little nosedive in that.
It does. It
Does-
smells
why
like a
does that-
metallic fart.
Why does that smell like? Yeah, that's like the Terminator farted.
Yeah.
I need your boots. Your shoes.
It says light beer with natural flavors and fruit juice for color.
I wonder what color it is. Super
Oh.
crisp light beer.
Yo, it's foo-foo-y.
Oh, it is?
It's not a.
I was expecting it to be straight water. I haven't tasted it yet. Hey, see if
Yes.
you can see what color this is.
It's clearish.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
It's like pee when you're mostly hydrated.
yeah.
Yo, this is not what I expect. I expected a beer.
This is weird.
This is the first beer with 0 carb. Why'd I buy an extra 6? Because I was like, I know what I'm drinking for soup.
Maybe they should have put some carbs in it, I think. Might
How
have
can they
helped.
call this beer?
I like how it smells like a fart.
Wow.
Do you smell that, Lee?
Bud Light.
It's a little funky, yeah.
A little farty.
I don't know about this, man. So, 4% alcohol, 80.
Oh, it's like that bad Irish chili. It's a little, you know what I mean?
This one
You
has
know the
me
old
stumped.
joke, Troy.
Irish chili.
Irish chili always has 239 beans in it.
Don't know this one.
If you put any more, it'd be too farty. That's what this is. It's got 2 farty beans in it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, you know how you feel about this.
I know how I feel.
0 carbs, super crisp, light beer. One of those words is a lie.
Yeah.
There's a number in of those 3 numbers I'm thinking about grading this at.
The 4?
Yeah, the 4.
Yeah, that's I'm not thrilled.
What have they done? Actually, all right, I'm going to take a step back. If they didn't call it a beer,
What would
Still
you call
sucks.
it? I mean, it's not a seltzer. It doesn't have like the
No.
effervescent of it.
but if you called it just like Bud Light's next thing, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Bud Light next alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, like I'd be like,
Actually, if you called it a malt beverage, I'd probably be more like, okay,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what it's.
The only reason this sucks is because they call it beer. Well, I'm comparing.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason this is a 4, if they didn't call this a beer and they told you that this was some kind of new genre of drink,
Yeah.
you'd be like,
I'm trying to figure out what you would classify it under. Because like seltzer is the closest thing to me, but like how are they even calling it a beer?
does this have stevia in it or
This
something?
is 0 beer taste. 0.
See, it says natural flavors.
Yeah, but didn't Lee say they put fruit juice or something in
Yeah,
it?
it
for-
says natural flavors and fruit juice. I wonder if
Well,
the natural
fruit juice for color. It doesn't even say for like taste or anything.
Yeah, I wonder if the natural flavors
Why are we
stevia.
still doing shit for color? Like, I don't understand that.
I don't care. Like,
It's in a
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Also, I don't give a fuck what color it is.
Well,
like,
I'm never like, oh, I'm glad that fucking cola is dark as fucking night. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
That either has stevia in it
I'm
or
look-
or
I'm
more
looking it up.
realistically, that's like a monk fruit.
Yeah, I think it's monk fruit.
Because that's got a fruity little flavor to it. For something with 0 carbs, I think my wife might drink that.
Yeah,
It goes down easy.
It goes down super easy. It's good for a beer bong or regrettable mornings.
Did we say 0 sugar also? Because there's 0 sugar.
Yeah, because it's got some
0 carbs.
nonsense in it.
0 carbs usually means 0 sugar, I think. I'm not a dietitian.
What is Bud Light Next? At 0 carbs, 80 calories, and 4% ABV, Bud Light Next is a super crisp light beer with stats for those who have long desired a beer that breaks the barriers of a traditional lager and offers the sessionability and stats of a seltzer. They use stats twice in that sentence.
Yeah, this...
How did you make a beer with 0 carbs? Does a magician ever share their secrets? Never.
Oh, you see, this is some bullshit.
What we can share is through advances in techniques and technology, we have brewed a beer with 0 carbs and a refreshing super crisp flavor that we know you'll love. Made with quality ingredients including malted barley and rice.
Including, but not limited to.
Yeah.
No. Is Bud Light Next? They have if you have like an FAQ for what your beer is, this is probably a bad sign. But that's what all of these are from. Is it a beer or a hard seltzer? What makes it different than a hard seltzer?
They keep using that word that's offending me.
Beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
What are the ingredients of Bud Light Next? Water, malt, rice, natural flavors.
These mother...
They're dancing all around the question.
They refuse to talk about the plutonium.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
I can't find anything that gives me a specific ingredient list.
I wanted this to taste like a Michelob Ultra and have 0 carbs, and I'd be like, yeah, it's good. I wanted to want... man.
I wanted to love this.
Me too.
Miller also has a super light.
Yeah, but theirs
Coming
has
out?
carbs. No, 64
64 has
exists,
been
That's what
around,
okay.
but it has carbs.
but not a lot, like
Losers.
2 or something.
That's 200 times more than
Yeah.
Bud Light Next.
I'll keep doing some trying to find what this
They're
is.
not. No one. It's too new. No one's got the scoop.
It's got stats though.
What's the
Tons of stats.
What's the 6-pack cost?
$10.
$7,000.
Oh my God!
It was $9.99, and I bought 2 of them.
So you bought 12 beers for $20.
And a 8-pack of fried chicken for $8.
Yeah.
I spent $28. I can tell you which one I'd buy again.
So
The
The
fried
box
chicken.
of fried chicken.
I
at your
ran
house.
into
No carbs
you.
in that too.
I ran into you at the Publix, and I bought a case of Miller Lite for $19.99.
Yeah, I bought 12 Bud Light Next and fried
So
chicken.
I got twice the beer that you got for the same price.
No, you got the only beer.
I air quoted beer.
I
there.
know, but that implied that the Miller Lite needed air quotes. That's
No.
not right.
This is apparently 10 years of research and development has gone into this.
just to wash those carbs out, so you can put that 0 on there.
It got me so excited to see a 0. I was like, no way, a 0. Impressive.
See, my thing is like, you don't need to go. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't need to be 10 carbs per serving, but 5 or 4 is better. Like, let's just.
But I like a 1 carb or a 2 carb. You can do that. That's still
you can-
super low carb.
2 carb seltzers all day long.
You have 0 carb seltzers.
Yeah, but there's 2 carbs too. But like a Guinness is like 15 carbs or something. It's like okay,
The best.
yeah, and it's the best.
The best.
Yeah, I'm reading an article that interviewed somebody from.
No, they're not gonna. They're not gonna let it out.
Yeah, he has a quote in here. I'm obviously not going to tell you how we do it because it took us 10 years, but it's a big deal, calling it very, very challenging given the ingredients. It really was only up until recently that some brewing technology enabled us to do this. So now I'm concerned what cancer I've put in my body.
No shit.
I don't think you're gonna get cancer from this today.
Yeah, it'll fester for a
I don't
while.
think you'll drink enough of it to get anything.
All right. Well, let's review it.
Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Okay, here we go. See that lack of carbs? You're not weighed down. You're still feeling it. You're
Here-
excited. You're ready to rock.
Okay. I hate this.
Oh shit! That's a little more hatred than I
It has no redeeming qualities.
expected. Oh my!
Look, it's crisp. I'll give you that.
There you go.
But it doesn't taste good.
Have you taken into account the amount of carbs?
I have.
Okay, fair enough.
So you're drinking out of a baby blue skinny can.
Mm.
So what do most beer drinkers hate? Seltzer drinkers. They hate the skinny can. Like, that's not what they want. So you get to look like you're drinking a seltzer, but this has less alcohol than most seltzers, less flavor than most seltzers.
But it says beer. Must be beer.
It is not beer. I'm not going to give this a 0.
Fuck, dude. What?
I'm going to give it a 1. I'm going to give it a 1. They did it. They made a beer, air quotes beer, with
I'm
0
shocked
carbs.
that you went this low.
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't like it. I would not buy it. And at $10 a six-pack, you can get a delicious microbrew.
Fantastic beer.
Like,
yeah, I all the things you're saying are accurate.
Look, if you want to, if you want to cut weight and be healthy,
stop drinking.
Stop drinking.
Yeah, this isn't the way. This
is
isn't the
not
path
the way.
forward,
You're just either just drink vodka on the rocks or something that like this is ridiculous. Like, do you know how much vodka you can get for $10?
Yeah.
More than 6. This 4% beers isn't even gonna get you buzzed.
Yeah, no, you could lose your family with $10 on vodka. Okay,
That could get you drunk 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
This 6-pack isn't even going to get you a buzz. This I really don't like anything about this.
all right. I'm going to try to paraphrase here. You don't like this.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's a 1 for Troy. Well, when I give it a fucking 5,
Yeah. You'll bring
we're back
it
to
back
2.5, and then Lee can do his thing.
And I'll give it a 1.5.
Are you giving it a 1.5?
No, I honestly am going back and forth between a 1.5 and a 2. The more I've had of it, the more taste wise, it mellows out.
Yeah.
And like I can accept that it doesn't have a lot of flavor, and it is gonna be what it is. But it comes down to, am I gonna buy this? Am I gonna seek this out? Am I gonna choose
this should say this is for beer drinkers who don't like beer. This is high schoolers. Like this
but
is
then
like
it's like, why not just drink a seltzer that has like flavor to it? Like,
Well, this has flavor to it.
no,
No,
it
but
doesn't.
like-
There's no flavor.
this
in
is-
this.
You don't taste the fruitiness?
No.
I taste back to the eyedropper of flavor.
Oh no, I go from the perspective of like, this is a 12-ounce can of water that somebody put a couple of drops of Bud Light in.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
That's the quote flavor that I'm getting out of this.
I'm with
Like,
Lee.
I'm not getting any.
I am literally going a different direction than you guys. Not on score, but
Yeah.
like what I'm tasting. This
yeah,
is crazy.
I don't get any significant flavor outside of like a watered down. I mean, an ultra watered down beer, and people will talk about like Bud Light being like watered down already, but like,
I just took some of Miller Lite.
yeah, hold on.
That's like a flavor blast. It's like a tidal wave hitting you. It's just like,
Yeah.
whoa.
That's the best beer I've ever had.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
I could give this a 2, but only because
I
of
think
the
2s are too high.
low carb and low
There's
alcohol.
other
for
options,
it.
though.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would rather have a White Claw than this.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1.5.
I'd
Okay,
rather,
I'm
I'd
shocked
rather have a
here.
vodka drink or a White
Yeah.
Claw.
I'd rather do like a straight shot of tequila than this.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of options out there.
All right, so we got a 1, a 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm shocked. I'm tasting something totally different than you guys. I'm not saying I like it. I'm not shocked at the scores. I taste what I could only describe as remotely close to raspberry.
Yeah, like I would give it like a LaCroix kind of aspect where there's a hint of something.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
think it's raspberry.
But LaCroix has more flavor than this.
Yeah, I just think it's so faint that it's not
It's
discernible
not powerful
to me to be able to like.
There's like a hint of sweetness, which I'm guessing these shit sticks aren't going to tell us, but I think that's monk fruit.
How
or
can they not
stevia.
tell us? I thought they had to put on there. Like,
That is a little weird how much they're
I
keeping
wonder if
that.
it's on the.
how can you say fruit for color when I could have an allergy to strawberries, but not something else?
No,
Like,
there's something weird about that. But I do think that it's either monk fruit, but monk fruit is usually used for sweetening.
yeah.
Doesn't have a color. That's why I'm guessing like some kind of raspberry thing. I'm tasting something, and it's not beer.
But most
What
fruit has
offends-
sugar. Like,
That's
Yeah.
what I'm really confused.
Yeah.
Like they had to distill out the sugar.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's almost like how you make hash. You like extract all this, and then what's left.
Yeah.
They're like, aha. the leavings.
And that's what like them talking about like all the technological advances that they had to. I feel like they've gone into a process where they're almost distilling something like a.
They are.
what
They're
you would do to
pulling
a
everything
liquor.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're leaving the skins.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
like when you distill moonshine
Mhm.
with like peaches, it'll have a faint peach taste to it.
yeah, there's something like that
Yeah.
going on. I'm gonna call it raspberry or
I could see like a raspberry, strawberry, something in that.
something
lighter,
in there
yeah.
somehow, some way.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's so faint, you can't pick it out.
The fact that y'all never even said
Yeah.
it though is really weird. I wouldn't be shocked if it turned out to be a prune. It's weird.
Yeah.
How this is a plum. It's
Yeah,
something really odd, but it doesn't taste like a beer to me.
no
I
beer,
don't-
no beer quality.
I don't like. It leaves a weird in the back of my
Super dry for me.
in the back of my like almost like
And it doesn't have as much carbonation as a beer either.
no.
It's very flat.
It almost leaves that like if you're starting to get sick, you all of a sudden you're like in the back of your throat. You're like, oh man,
Like
what
the
is
drain,
that?
nasal
you're
post nasal
Yeah,
drip.
and you got that weird nasal drip,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't feel great. And you taste that taste. It's like that weird sick taste in the back. It's not a beer.
No,
No.
I'd take more offense to them calling it a beer than I think anything else.
Yes.
If
because-
they'd called it an alcoholic drink,
yeah,
I would have given this a.
I don't think that would get off the shelf at all, though.
But if
It-
they called this,
It is funny that beer is barely written on the can. Like it doesn't. The can isn't a beer can, and it says Next on it real big, but like it just says beer just across
if
the
I
top.
didn't go in thinking beer, I would give this a 2. I'm going in thinking beer.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 1.5. This may be one of the lowest scoring. Did this beat DKML? Please
Or
tell
Hams.
me it didn't. Oh,
Hams and DKML are probably two of our lowest.
That beer can suck my balls. I don't know. I'm gonna have, but you know what's weird is I'm giving it a 1.5, but I'll drink another. So maybe I should be giving it a 2 because I won't. I
and that's where
won't
I come in.
turn
It's
it
like,
That's
away.
a 133 is what that is.
But maybe I should say 2 because I will literally go over there and grab another. It's just that it offends me that it
Yeah.
calls it beer.
I appreciate the lightness in alcohol, and I appreciate the idea that it's 0 carbs, but I would have a hard time choosing to have more
Yeah.
than 1 or 2 sitting by myself. Like
No.
it's such a strange thing.
But allow me to be very clear that it's not the low score is not because it's offensive. It's not an
It's
offensive
not
drink.
It's not a spit take.
Like a
like-
DKML
yeah,
is
yeah.
disgusting.
It's not a
we
bad
all
taste.
finished it.
Yeah.
It's just such a
Well, I mean,
it's
I
such a
haven't yet.
lie.
Maybe I should go up to 1.5 since it's not offensive.
No, I don't think you need to change.
But you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
1.5, you should go.
Yeah, stuff.
Like I almost feel like I should go 2 because I'm not offended. I'll drink this on the Super Bowl day. I'll drink one. I would never put a DKML in my mouth. I would never.
Well, you
put
went back and just got a Miller Lite, so you're obviously not.
Oh my gosh. You guys aren't kidding. What a rush
What
of
a rush.
flavor. Oh my. The umami in this Miller Lite.
Imagine if we'd each like grabbed like a microbrew and went back into
The
that.
only reason I'm going to keep it at 1.5 is because they call it a beer. If they had called it anything else, I'd go all the way up as high as 2.5.
if they had said this was a seltzer, 2, because I don't
I'd
think
go
it's
2.5.
I don't
if
think
they
it's a
called it
good
seltzer.
flavor. I like a whole lot more.
But it's
one's
missing
better.
it's missing things that
It doesn't have
seltzers
the
have.
effervescence
Yeah.
of it. It doesn't have that.
Okay,
like,
so we're going to
crispness.
ding it not because it tastes bad, because they're liars.
I think it's lacking taste though. Like I don't think it tastes bad, but it's lacking taste.
It tastes like water. Is the
Yeah.
closest thing it tastes to.
well, there's that sweetness though.
Yeah.
Do you put a drop of stevia in a glass of water?
Yeah.
Now you're talking. That's kind of what we're drinking.
I'm curious to see how this sells for them.
Poorly. Actually, hold on. You never know.
I think there are going to be people who get into this. because
Corona seltzers are 0 carbs and they have flavors.
They're fantastic.
So I would
Yeah.
rather have that all day.
Yeah.
I love a Corona seltzer.
Yeah.
I'm a Michelob Ultra Seltzer guy and a Corona seltzer
And you get
guy.
a 12-pack of those for like $16-17, not $20.
Well, you're gonna pay for the quality of the Bud Light Next.
Yeah, all that technology and 10 years of research. Troy.
All right, if you
You know what's
expect
funny
a
too? They
beer-
probably like did like so many marketing things about like what to name it. And Next is like that sounds like a Pepsi product from 1986.
I think
Yeah.
that they're trying to come up with
Actually,
a,
that wasn't that wasn't one of them Next? Didn't they do a
Yeah,
Next?
I think that.
One.
They did New
Pepsi
Coke,
Clear.
I feel like Next was a soda name at some point.
Well, that
Maybe. I do think that your point about them trying to find what can we call this? Not a beer, not a seltzer. What is it? That's kind of what that Next thing is trying to get to.
that aftertaste in my mouth is pissing me off.
Yeah. But yeah, that sip of Miller Lite though, you go to that and it's,
Never
this is the
tasted
full
so much
flavored
flavor.
beer in your life.
Pepsi Next. Look at Troy.
There you go.
Pepsi Next.
So did they just buy
Introduced
that
in-
recipe and find a way to get alcohol
Introduced
into it?
in 2011, discontinued in 2015. Mid-calorie cola and 30% less sugar.
Dude, have one
Everybody
of these
go out
after your-
and get yourself a Bud Light Next. The best.
Tell us what you think.
Yo, who
have
is
one of these
that?
after your Bud Light Next. That'll
will.
put some flavor.
I'll step away. And
Put a couple in there.
Yeah.
Drop a couple hot cheese balls in your Next.
Yeah.
That would be better if you took a little lime juice and squirted it in there.
Yeah. Like my favorite is the White Claw limes
Yeah.
because they're great for like the summertime. But yeah, you give me a chance to like throw a little lime juice, like a fresh lime juice, and maybe even a dash of hot sauce on that. Oh, that's top notch.
I haven't tried hot sauce in the seltzer. It's a good idea.
Small dash.
oh, my mouth's on fire.
Preferably like some tagine, like the Mexican seasoning.
Yeah.
Put that on the rim.
Hey,
like
what
the
is
lime.
tagine?
It's like I don't know all the different spices in it, but it's
I thought
basically
it was tahine.
yeah. It's like it's a spice blend basically is all it is.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
When I'm at home, I take a tumbler, put a little bit of ice in it, take a splash of vodka, and then pour seltzer over it. Put a little lime juice in it. No matter what flavor it is, I'll
Yeah.
squirt a little lime juice in it. Good to go.
yeah.
You ever had tahine?
No idea what it is.
It's like I've had it on the rim of drinks.
a loaded hams.
Well, my brother-in-law
Oh,
uses
yeah.
tahine.
I've heard that.
He uses tahine, I believe, maybe on Bloody
Bloody
Marys.
Mary. Sounds like
And man, it is a flavor. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Let me find
Very
check
good.
that out. I like spicy and
chili
flavorful
peppers,
stuff.
lime, and salt.
Yep, it works.
So
it's
basically
very,
it's
very
basically,
good.
Yeah, chili powder, salt, and
That'd be good on a
lime
Coors
stuff.
Light.
Yeah, so
Like
honestly,
a frosty mug.
If you
dip
see
that thing.
tahine, pick it up, put it on the rim of something. It's fantastic.
the best thing is if you get a Pacifico can, you crack it open and you put you take your lime and you run around the rim so you get like
Yeah.
stuck or whatever. Put the tahine, however you want to say it, on the
I
on
just
that.
can't believe they're
And then
pronouncing the J on that one word.
Yeah, and then
Hey,
dash
Jose.
and then dash hot sauce like a Cholula or something
Oh,
and
yeah.
fill that and you get like a loaded Pacifico or a loaded Modelo or whatever.
Loaded ham.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
top notch.
That
Okay.
sounds good.
That'll set you straight.
Yeah.
So better than a Next.
100% better than a Next.
Okay, what if we put I'm going to get some tahine and run it up on a Next.
I mean, I'd run it.
It can't hurt.
You got some in the house? You got a
No.
lime?
Any flavor.
I honestly think, like you said, a lime with this would help.
Dude, a fart in that would help.
Something.
Yeah, any fruit slice in there would be good. Lime, orange, lemon.
Yeah, orange juice would be dope too.
Pretty bad.
Not good.
Well, sorry guys. I
Have
thought
fun with that other sixer.
don't worry, it'll go at Super Bowl. I'm gonna catch
You're gonna
up
pawn off on people.
100%.
Speaking of gambling, what's the over/under if we went through the man room, through the pout house, through your house? How many different? What's the over/under on how many different brands of? I'll say beer because I'm not going to put wine and alcohol. How many different beers? I mean, single serve cans of or bottles of beer, seltzer,
Just like
alcoholic
leftovers.
drinks.
Like just an absolutely different
Yeah,
beer. But
I'll
Bud
say-
Light and a Budweiser
I'll
are two
put the
different.
number
Yeah.
at 28.5.
I was gonna put it at 25.
All right.
I would take the over.
Yeah, but
You might have that out here.
there was a time when that Red Bull cooler was full.
Oh, yeah.
and that thing was full from bottom to top. There wasn't the same beer in it.
Yeah.
I literally turned that thing over one day and just dumped them all in the trash. And now that the kegerator's dead,
You got
there was a
everything
lot
out.
in there. So
Yeah.
now it's only beers that I've been willing to keep, and that's why I'm taking the number down
Yeah.
to 25. There
But
was
like
a time there where I
like
could have
pieces
said 50.
and pieces and parts get left over here all the time.
Oh yeah.
But there was a time where I could have very easily hit the over at 50.
Yeah.
There's so much weird crap. I mean, right now, there's probably over 18 different bourbons. I'm not a bourbon collector. These are bad bourbons.
Oh wow.
Like,
from our
Offload some of those.
bourbon.
oh my gosh. I took some on the ghetto ski trip this weekend, and we were just pouring out. I was just pouring bourbons for people, and it was all
Were you
the stuff
mixing them
that
though?
was-
Because they're
it's-
all better if you mix them.
Oh yeah, but even that,
Yeah.
there were people who were like, "Ew, dude, what is this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it didn't win." Because I just take bourbon places, any bourbon that didn't make it out of its own little round.
Yeah.
I take wherever I go because it all has a cork in the top.
Yeah.
It all
Yeah.
looks good. People are like, "Oh heck yeah." The White Knight was like, "I ran out of rum." I was like, "My friend, I will run on out to the truck. I got bourbon in the truck.
Yeah,
Grab
he's
some
a
bourbon."
spice rum guy, so he's gonna be
Dude,
highly
He
disappointed.
poured that cup 3/4 of
yeah.
the full with bourbon.
the White Knight pour.
poured his Diet Pepsi on it, and he's like, "This tastes horrible." I was like, "All right, for starters, you make drinks like an asshole, and so the way you make drinks,
This is a
Alcoholic
you
asshole,
problem,
yeah.
not a bourbon
yeah,
problem.
like he could literally drink that his choice liquor. He could drink straight and be
Yeah.
like, "This is excellent." So a splash of Diet Pepsi is great to him. Well, I handed him Waltham's, which never made it. Waltham's was a
Yeah, that
everyone gave it a third. So I was like, I'll bring that down there. Bottle looks really fancy.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan. And then he turns to me. He goes, try this. It's horrible.
Oh,
If you
that's
got bad
I
liquor,
took one sip. I go, that tastes great. And that right there is the difference between a bourbon drinker and a rum drinker.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like he could drink any amount of rum. He got hit with bourbon. He was like, Gil, where's all the cinnamon?
yeah.
You know?
You didn't have any Sailor Jerry for him?
Didn't. I loved that Sailor Jerry ad you showed.
Yeah.
Dude. That was.
So I don't know if y'all have seen this, but Sailor Jerry, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, is saying that they were setting up a hotline. And what you can do is you can call up and you can basically
I think we call it.
you can tell them, hey, here's my my girlfriend or my wife, boyfriend, whatever, and we can I just don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, they'll do the breakup thing
So
for
Sailor
you?
Jerry will like call up and break up for you.
Nice.
And be
Do you
like,
remember there was a phone number that I used to carry, and it was a fake number.
So you could like leave a fake number with somebody, but
yeah,
it was a
so
real
like
number.
if somebody was like, "I want your number,"
Yeah.
you would give them this particular number, and then when they called it, it was a recording that was like, "You've been rejected. This is the rejection hotline.
no.
The person who
Oh,
gave
no,
you
I
this
don't remember
number
this.
does not want to see
Dang.
you again." And it was a fake number that you could dial. This is back
Damn.
before people would text.
Yeah.
And I would always keep that number on me because if
Yeah.
somebody was like, "Man, this chick, like I don't like her," or like some girl I was
Yeah.
with, like I don't like this guy, I'd be like, "Oh, you gotta give him this number." Like, and I always got such a kick out of knowing that this person was hours away from a major disappointment.
Yeah.
It's something about bringing pain,
That's a
Yeah.
practical joke. You don't even get to see the payoff on.
Yeah.
which are some of the best practical jokes just happen. Like
Yeah.
if you
Just
walk in,
plant that seed, walk away, come back, and there's
you
a tree
walk into
growing.
Williams Sonoma and you go over to the cooking timers and you put them all at 15 minutes
And then you
and then you
leave.
just leave.
Yeah.
You know that you're not going to be there to see it, but you
but you
giggle
feel
the
good,
whole way
yeah.
down the hall.
Sowing seeds of anarchy as you
Dude.
go.
That was like in my family when we were kids. That was our trick. We would walk anytime our mom dragged us into one of those places. We'd be like, "We're gonna be here for about this much longer." And we'd go over to the timers, and it was 15 minutes, all of them, knowing that bomb was gonna go off. And
Well,
we
the best
thought
is
it
if you
was
set
great.
one at 15,
Yeah,
and
one
one
at
at 14,
14, one at
Exactly.
13.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
So the fun thing about the Sailor Jerry thing is I thought it was like, oh, here's a great way, a nice little Valentine's gag thing. Sailor Jerry
Yeah.
setting up this hotline, so we call it before the show.
Well, let's call it now.
Let's see what it does. Can we
Well,
do it?
yeah.
Will it work if I just hold it up?
Yeah, just put your speaker right by the phone.
Yeah, I stole the headset thing. Oh, I know it's over here now.
Oh, I don't have a audio jack on my phone.
At all?
No.
No, you don't have to. This is.
Mm.
Isn't that a?
No, he's got some weird Apple.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna have to hold it up.
Okay.
It's not that great of a gag, but so basically the whole thing is you call and they dump you.
Yeah.
It's a phone number that you call them.
Hello, this is the Sailor Jerry Goodbye Hotline. With who am I speaking with?
Lee,
Yeah, don't tell me that. I'm not dumping anyone for you. This is obviously a joke. We make spiced rum. This is Sailor Jerry spiced rum.
Rum.
Yeah, we don't dump people. We can give you 25% off of our merchandise on Valentine's Day with code ThinkAgainPal at SailorJerryClothing.com.
Think Again,
But
pal.
it pretty much goes without saying that we were never going to dump anyone. Yeah.
That
Jerry spiced rum, 46% alcohol. Copyright 2022.
I mean, that's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Legacy, drink Sailor Jerry responsibly.
And Sailor Jerry's a great rum.
yeah,
Yeah, I
And-
love it.
And 25% off is a good deal. So
Yeah.
I actually might go buy a shirt or something now.
And I love that they throw all
Yeah.
the legalese at the end too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they hit it with
So they're
everything,
around.
cover everything they need
I like
to.
the classic, like, we just threw this together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't do this, brah. I thought that was a good little bit, though. I'm glad we called it before the show, though, because otherwise I would have been over here being like,
Yeah, you
oh,
would've-
everybody call up Sailor
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah,
dump
you
your
would have put it out there like a jag-off, dude. Not have been good. See, it's not as good as what Virginia.
Oh, yeah, the Virginia Aquarium.
That's a far better
Yes.
Valentine's gag.
Yeah. So for that one, you can basically make a donation to the Virginia Aquarium. And I think it says like between like $5 and $25.
It depends on what you're donating
purchasing.
to.
Oh, yeah.
If you're getting a cricket
Yeah.
versus a rat.
Yeah. And so basically they're saying that you can name an insect all the way up to a rat in the name of like your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Virginia Aquarium will feed it to a snake or to a fish or to a parrot or whatever the deal is.
So you can have your ex get eaten. I think that's a good gag.
That's fun.
That's a good gag.
yeah. Good on them.
So you look up Virginia Aquarium if you're jilted
Exactly.
and you're pissed off about
Yeah.
something. This is not a bad gag.
Yeah.
They'll feed something to another animal.
And did we determine whether they are doing they're not doing a live stream of this?
They
right?
said so. Here's the catch: the mice and rats are actually already dead,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a bummer. So I'd almost rather pay the $5 and buy or $20 get 4 crickets.
Just to watch them struggle.
Yeah, and just watch some lizard or something just eat up the crickets.
Just
you know?
hunt them down in their
Yeah,
cage.
'cause I want to see my lover's ex name get eaten alive,
Well,
not eaten dead.
Shalise or whatever her name was.
Look, why leave Shalise out of it? Shalise, this is so fucking funny to me that Shalise comes out because Shalise was a girl that I literally haven't seen since 9th grade. And she just happened to be the first person to slow dance with me, and I will always hold her in a high regard.
She was so warm.
So warm. But that name has never come out of my mouth outside of when I left.
It's a weird name.
When I left the St. Mark's dance, and I told my mother, Shalise Krause held me, and she was so warm. That was the last time I spoke of Shalise Krause. And then I
Until about a
mentioned
month
it.
ago.
So it's clearly been in my head. The name never left. But
Living there rent free, brother.
but unbeknownst to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these years went by, her name never crossed my mind. But it was one of those things. Your brain knocks out all these little facts.
Yeah.
My brain was not that one,
Not that
asshole. Not Shalise.
That one's going to
Behind lock and key.
Yeah, she's warm.
the grave. You never know when you're going to be facing a threat of hypothermia and you need your body to refocus and
Dude,
and
if I was sitting there at Titanic floating in the water
Yeah.
and you had just thrown Shalise in with me,
Yeah.
we would have made
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. It would have melted those waters.
As a warm woman.
Isn't this basically where the whole you can mail cow shit or dog shit to people? It's every year there seems to be one of these you want to get back at somebody? Here's how we do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different those kind of gag
Yeah.
opportunities, and there is one that I'll tell you guys about off pod because I want to keep it somewhat secret because I want to keep it for.
This is not how we do things here.
Well, I'll see if I can find the website for it. But basically, you can send a bag of dicks to somebody.
Oh, I've seen the bag of
Oh,
dicks.
yeah.
So yeah, that one's pretty great to use, and it's just little gummies. Or
Not real
whatever.
dicks.
I mean, I thought that's what I made for.
That would be traumatic.
For everybody
Cadaver
involved.
dicks. Oh, my God.
CadaverDicks.com. Could you imagine that? Hey, how do you spell cadaver? Why? Don't worry about it. How do you spell cadaver? I know how to spell dicks.
Yeah, they've got a lot of those kinds of things nowadays where you can send little gag gifts like that to people. It's pretty solid.
I always
But is it?
appreciated.
I mean, I laugh, but I'm also
It's a complete waste of money.
you're
but-
sad. if you're jilted, if you're brokenhearted, and you partake in that, you're kind of, it's like they're still living rent free in your head.
Yeah.
Like,
But
don't
the bag
them-
of dicks is something like I'd send that to Brendan or whatever.
Yeah, that's just funny.
Yeah, that's a good
But like
joke,
the
though.
glitter bombs, I always appreciated the glitter bomb.
oh, that's awful. I
Even-
hate
so-
glitter.
You
So
must hate
this-
somebody for that.
This weekend, I went away on this ski trip, and at the place we were at, they specifically called out on like they had like the rules, like when you leave the house, they were like sweep up any glitter and remove it from all surfaces because they know that people go there do bachelorette parties.
I was gonna say,
crazy
you know where
stuff.
glitter comes in
strippers.
on strippers.
Yeah. But so they very specifically were like sweep up all glitter. Like
Yeah.
it was like remove the sheets from the bed, and then like the fifth one down the line, sweep up all glitter. It was like how many times have
luck.
they come into glitter
Oh my god.
that
Every
had to make
weekend.
the
Yeah.
list.
Also,
crazy.
I don't even know how you clean up glitter.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, it
You don't.
just becomes a part of you.
It does. It really does.
That was a long weekend doing that whole ski trip. That was a good trip.
I don't know if I ever told y'all, speaking of glitter, I hate it. It gets everywhere. So when I got married, you do the mother-daughter, the mother-son dance and the daughter-father dance. You know, that's what people do. I just did what I was told to do. So I
Sounds
did
right. Whatever Lee said to do,
Yeah.
he was officiating.
So I had to dance with my mom, right? So
She glittered up.
she had a glitter dress on, glitter
yeah.
top. I don't, whatever.
Not sequins.
no
Glitter.
Yeah, it was like
That's
hey,
impressive.
Nice.
so for our honeymoon.
Where does she work?
Cheetahs.
She so for our honeymoon we went to St. Thomas. Well, so we left early Sunday morning, got on a plane, traveled all day, got on another plane, little puddle jumper, went over to St. Thomas. It's like day 2 or 3 down there, and my wife, we're like out on the beach, and my wife sees like flecks of glitter in my
Yeah.
beard.
That stuff doesn't
Like
leave.
the shit, like you said, it becomes part of you.
Yeah.
Like it's the worst.
Glitter's an amazing creation. It's forever.
Yeah.
So y'all did not take any glitter bombs with you on the ski trip?
Did not.
Okay. Is that something for next year, maybe?
It is now.
Now
It
you
is
know
now.
that that's on the list.
I'd tell you what, that house we had was literally in the in the backyard of Devil's Backbone,
Yeah.
the brewery that's down in Charlottesville.
House is amazing.
Famously an Anbev brewery.
Dude, so you know how like everyone talks about the sellout and how much the sellout
Yeah.
sucks? I got to finally like firsthand see all that Ambev
All
money.
that capital.
Holy shnikes, dude.
There's a reason you can see it in every grocery store up and down the
that
East Coast
place
now.
is so much better than it used to be.
Oh, that brewery is amazing.
I was blown away. They have a compound there.
Oh yeah,
Like, I
multiple buildings.
I'm in there. We'd run out of beer on the last night, and I'm like, "Do you guys sell like 6-packs to go?" And she was like, "Yeah, I could sell you a couple 6-packs here, or you could head next door to the Summit." And I'm like, "What's that?"
Yeah,
She's
they
like,
got a gift shop.
She's like, the gift shop right over there where all the beers are. Every beer in 12-packs and 6-packs. All the hats, and all the
T-shirts,
gear. I was like,
cutting boards.
What is this? Yeah, cutting boards. Nice ones.
Yeah.
Dude, they're like
You got
engraved.
frying
Yeah.
pans in there too?
Dude, all the frying pans, mixing bowls.
They got it all.
Glasses.
All the glasses.
Tons of glasses.
Yeah.
Everything from snifters all the way up to the tall glass to the pint glass. You name it. They
Oh
had
yeah.
Yetis?
that place was there. I didn't see a Yeti in there.
Poor people.
Poor people. Yes, disgusting. But it was amazing. And those people were so damn nice. So like earlier in the night, there's a huge fire pit in our backyard.
Yeah.
And I see this fire pit, and it's like the last night, and I'm like, we should have a raging bonfire. And I'm looking around, everyone's like, well, where are you going to find wood? And I'm
You're in the mountains.
I'm like, well, I walk out there and I look over and I can see like across our driveway, kind of tucked behind Devil's Backbone, but still close enough to be considered our yard. There's like another fire pit and there's like pallets on it and all kinds of stuff. And behind that, there's like a bin. And it's like stacked with pallets and old wood.
So Devil's Backbone is a huge compound, and they have like outdoor seating around like really nice fire pits. You rent them out by the hour, and then they also have common use ones that they load full. They're moving wood around all the time.
All the time. But so I find this bin and I like go back to the house. I'm like, hey guys, there's like a ton of wood sitting in this way. And everyone's like, well, that's like stealing. And I was like, plausible deniability. It looks like it's our yard.
What am I, a surveyor? I don't know what these property
Yeah, I don't
corners
know
are.
where the property line is. So I was like, come on. I was able to convince a couple of guys to go over there and like steal pallets and all this wood. And like we load up our bonfire with pallets and wood and like fence posts that are untreated.
Yeah.
Like I've got this massive bonfire and everybody's feeling like,
It's
I
like
can't believe
Texas
you did
A&M.
that. Yeah, like I just had to convince. There were a few D-gens that I was able to convince to go do this. The other guys were like, that's not cool, man. So I'm in the Summit late night, and I'm like, hey, I'm having a hard time finding like scrap wood for the fire pit over at the house. And the lady's like, oh, no problem. Come out here. And like we walk outside, and she like opens up the stuff by the fire pits at the brewery.
Yeah.
She's like, this is great kindling. And she loads her arms up with kindling. I was like, hell yeah. And she goes, and little known, if you go back over by her house, there's like this bin. It's where we put the pallets in the scrap. And I was like, you don't say.
No, I've never seen that before.
Hold on, where is it again? I'm going to check that out.
Meanwhile, there's a rate, like a 20-foot flame.
So it was totally legit that we had taken all that wood because they were like, you should go over there.
If you rent the house at Devil's Backbone, they should give you some wood. Like, for sure.
Dude, they were like, you're in Base Camp 1? I was like, yes. Of course we are.
VIP status.
Which is the whole, like, they got campsites all back there.
Yeah.
To the point that we're standing out in the garage one night, and this, like, old dog comes staggering in wearing a collar. And we're like, what's this old? He's got them cataract ghost eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he just knows I found a little warmth, and there's people here, and they seem nice.
He's seeing shadows.
Yeah, they're not like shooing me away.
Yeah, like, they're being cool. Because we're a bunch of drunk guys. We're like, a dog, like.
Just what we needed.
And it'd been pouring down rain. Like, he's all muddy. We're like cleaning him up. We're like, it's our dog. And like, we're trying to read the collar. It's like NC State all around. Yeah. It's got, but it has a phone number, but no name, no nothing. This dog's been alive so long that he has three tags rusted together.
Oh, wow.
And we're like, we're playing with this dog for like 30 minutes before it occurs to us, maybe we should call the number.
Somebody might be missing this dog.
So we call, and this guy's like, hello? And he's like, we're like, yeah, we found this like dog. He's like, oh, thank God. Like, we've been looking for this dog forever. It's this guy from North Carolina. He drove all the way into the mountains of Virginia. Oh, no. And he's got his like 4-year-old daughter.
Was he
and
camping?
His wife.
The
yeah,
campsite?
they're camping in the campsite, and the dog.
No.
They said they opened up the door from the truck, and the dog just ran.
Whoa!
Oh,
and it'd been
You
gone.
wouldn't think an old dog would do that.
I know, especially one that can't see, and he just runs.
He senses.
Yeah, and so it had been hours, and then he found us, and then we just partied with it for 30 minutes before returning it. And it finally
He's dealing with a crying kid.
Party shades on.
Yeah, he's dealing with a crying
Yeah.
kid. Like, it's a whole thing. And then we're trying to describe. You got these drunk assholes in the middle of the night. And, like, he's on the phone with this one guy who's usually really bright, but he's really not at this moment. And he's trying to explain. He's like, and it's impossible to explain how to get back to where we are because it's like dirt roads that crisscross everywhere.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, no, the other dirt road. You got to go down here, man. And I'm like, oh, dude,
We'll
isn't.
keep him till morning.
Yeah.
And so finally, I'm like, walk over. I was like, bro, you're not making any sense to this guy. I was like, let me see the phone. Because I'm like, I'm a C, but this dude's a D.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me try. And so, like, I'm getting him closer. And then I just gave up. I was like, you know what? Take this phone. And I just walked out into the night to the end of the road and just put my flashlight up.
Yeah.
Sure enough, about 5 minutes later, I'm just standing out there drinking a beer with a flashlight above my head. And this dude, I see this truck coming down the road, and he just sees this guy swinging a flashlight, drinking a beer, and he stops, and he's like, hey, man. I was like, you looking for a dog, man? He's like, yep. And I look in the cab, and there's like, this kid looks so sad.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, go straight down this road, man. Like, he just goes down the road, and I come slowly walking back. I'll be damned. They were so damn happy
I can imagine.
to get that dog back. And
Did you
the
put a
dog-
ransom on him?
Yeah.
I mean, we put a gun to his head. Glad you're here.
just in time.
Yep. So that's a good dog. But I felt like that was like our good deed.
Did you ever learn the dog's name?
At the time, I did know
Okay.
he told us.
It's a little cloudy since.
That was day one.
And
And
you were
then-
standing in the road with a flashlight.
which turned out to be the right move.
Yeah, it worked out.
You go out there, you wave a light around, and drink a beer.
Yeah, why don't you take the dog with you? Like,
he knew what he was getting into, though. When he sees the smartest guy is the guy drinking a beer in the middle of nowhere with a flashlight. That's officially as good as this is going to get.
You're the beacon of hope.
Maxed
for
out. Tapped out.
Like, wait till you get down there. They all have beers in each hand.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
I had to hold this fucking flashlight.
Yeah, it was. And I tried to explain to everyone what a hero I was, and it never connected. You know what I mean? I was like, guys, I went out there.
That group of people didn't see you in a positive light?
Literally not at all. And it kind of blew my mind. I was like, no, guys, like, I went out there. They're like, yeah, come in. The next thing I remember, we're carrying a foosball table in from the garage. You know why I'd been in the garage? It was broken.
Makes sense.
We carried it and the legs were falling off. Like, bring it in anyway, man.
So when's the next time y'all staying at this place?
Next year. I'd like to think. I probably can't be the one who rents it.
No.
I think my name has been
You blacklisted.
cursed. Yeah. They were like, don't throw loose trash in there. And I had trash bags set up. I was like, everybody throw their
I
trash
don't
in
understand.
there.
You mentioned that. Like, loose. What is loose trash?
Like, throw a beer in the trash can versus throw it in a bag and put the bag in
You
the
know how
trash
you have
can.
your super cans, your big cans?
Uh-huh.
Like, you want to put bag trash in there so when the people come by to pick it up, they can just grab the bag and throw it in. It's not just every beer can and it's like
they don't grab the whole thing and dump it.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even if you do, you don't want your trash can just if they pick it up and it's got a bunch of loose trash, it's just gonna just disperse everywhere.
Yeah, I gave up by the end of the first night. I looked, it was like all the cans are full of loose trash. I'm like, guys, I have trash bags. Right. All right.
Sounded like you had a A1 group with you though.
Dude, I gotta be honest, we had a fun trip.
That's good.
We
You
had
said
a
it was the
fun
20th
trip.
anniversary, right?
20th anniversary of this particular ski trip.
Crazy.
It was a very good time. I can definitely say that there's some people. We had a weird dynamic though, because it was so close to home that we had like our core group, and then you had one nighters would drive in and do one.
Pretty fun.
Everybody who came in from one night had no idea how to hold their booze because they were like, I got one
I gotta
shot.
fit it all in once.
Yeah, I got one shot.
Yeah.
And they would go so hard. So every time someone would show up for their one night, you'd be like, hi.
Going hard in the paint.
This is my third night. I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, welcome to the party. You're going to be the psycho today.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like the first night, the one-nighter came in. That's the dude that was vomiting at 4 a.m. and was vomiting at 10 a.m. when I woke up. And I was like, boy, you didn't have a good night. I saw one dude walk out of his room, and I was like, hey, you're up. And then I watched him fall into a wall and then disappear in the bathroom. And I was like, you're not quite up.
Yeah. You might not have gone down yet.
Yeah. But the people, the main core that was there, they all did very well. Paced
I
themselves.
was talking to somebody that was there the other day, and I was like, yeah, man, got a couple Marco Polos from Brendan. The house looked amazing. He was like, there were Marco Polos?
I was trying to
He
show
was in the Marco Polos.
Yeah, there were all
Did he
kinds of
consent
like
to those, Troy?
No.
like who can catch the most peanut butter pretzels across the room into your mouth kind of
Ooh.
contest.
Was this a ski trip when y'all tried the stair jump years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
It's always everybody turns into an 8th grader. You know, like devolves
Bunch of
immediately.
dudes.
That's what we do.
Have y'all ever invited a woman on the trip?
I'm pretty sure there's probably been invites thrown out. I don't think
Not at the bar.
Oh, then no.
No. Yeah.
No, back in the day there was definitely a lot of invites.
Okay.
Nowadays though, everybody's married and everybody's it's like
I didn't know if y'all had like a girl in the in the crew that could hang.
the closest thing we had to that was Margot. She was the bartender at Devil's Backbone. And Margot was cool. Margot was the definition. This is horrible to say, but facts are facts. Margot's the definition of someone who with a mask on is like really attractive.
Yeah.
And then they remove the mask.
Pretty
like,
eyes.
Yeah, like she had these like super pretty eyes and she was super kind and like we were like, yeah, Margot's the greatest. And then like she took off her mask at one point and we were like, what just happened?
what happened to Margot, man?
Like, oh boy.
It's a Margaret now.
Yeah, she actually Margaret with the mask, Margot with the mask off, I would say. Do you think Margot's more attractive or Margot?
I think Margot's more attractive. Margaret's like an old lady's name. Margot's like Margot's like a. Isn't there famous hot Margot's? I feel like there's an actress or something that was famous.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it like a current actress?
Yeah. She's silly hot.
I don't know. Margot was not silly hot. Margot was silly nice, though, except for the night she stole my credit card.
Ooh.
That was interesting. I woke up the next day, and I'm like, I cannot find my credit card. And I, 100%.
Luckily, it was 100 yards away.
But that was the best thing. I was
Yeah.
they were like, let's go boarding. I was like, I can't leave till 11:30. I'm like, why is that? And I'm like, because that's when that brewery opens that's right on the other side of that tree line. And I walked over there, and Margot was there. First thing, because they close at 9, so she she went to bed reasonable hour. I'm like, aren't you tired? Thinking she stayed up till 4.
No, just you.
Yeah. But so I went over there, and she was like, oh, that's such a funny story. She's like, I handed you the credit card. I was like, I know. That's why I'm so confused about why I don't have my credit card. And she's like, but somehow in that transaction, I picked your credit card up, and I put it in my pocket. And when I got home that night, your credit card was in my pocket.
That's really weird.
That's very odd,
You better
right?
check your balance.
Yeah. Well, she ain't
Balance.
getting far.
Yeah, she didn't get far. She's not gonna get far. But I got it back, but she was like, I'm so sorry. It was in my pocket. And I was like, I could have sworn. She's
Little,
like, I'm with you.
Freudian slip or something. She was like, oh,
Well,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
this
that's
is
what
our
I
credit
thought.
card.
It was like, she likes me. Like, all right, nailed it. But that place they had a meat platter.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about food. They would literally
Starting.
they had this
They have
thing.
great food there.
They had this thing called the platter, and I'm like, I mean, look at this. It's like a big ass sausage, a half a rack of ribs, bunch of pulled pork. It was just various meats. Every animal had been slaughtered
and smoked.
and smoked beautifully, and then just presented on a gigantor platter. And I was like, that is
They
fantastic.
figured it out, too. Their outbuildings, when it's cold, they have, plastic up around it. They heat them. It's...
When I got there at 11:30 in the morning, it was nothing but cars of women piling out and going into the place. I was like, what is this?
He was like, I don't need to go shredding today.
Yeah.
I shredded so hard, dude. I was shredding
Bunch
so
of
hard.
wet fake snow.
It was brutal. When we got there, it was we got to the place, and it's Thursday afternoon, and every inch of the field is covered in snow. Everywhere you look, covered in snow. I was like, this is the perfect ski trip. Then at about 6 o'clock, it started raining, and the temperature skyrocketed
Yeah.
to 55, 60. Sun goes down. You still see all the snow. I wake up the next morning. The field's not an inch of snow, mud
Gross.
everywhere. And I was like, let's go boarding. The slopes were muddy and nasty. And then the next day it plummeted to 20. The ice came in. They blew some snow on top of that. It was horrible. The best day was the muddy day.
Really?
Before all the people got there?
Yeah, because it wasn't crowded.
Yeah.
It was muddy and a little bit of snow. That was far preferred to me. Saturday was horrible. It was just.
You took Forerunner?
I did.
Nice.
I've been trying to spray it out, but I haven't had a minute to myself because there's salt all up in it.
Oh, yeah.
That old thing will rust out fast. So, but it was a fun trip, man, for sure.
I'm glad you had fun.
Definitely had a lot of fun. Wasn't able to talk for 3 days.
Oh, I bet.
That's amazing how that happens now. If I go somewhere,
Blew
the
your
music,
voice out?
Yeah, the music's pumping, so everything you say, no matter how not important it is, you have to say it 10 decibels higher than you normally
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
It was Wednesday when I first started being able to speak.
I also find too when you get together with friends like that, you end up laughing so much, and somehow that strains everything.
Yeah.
Horrible.
You just have such a good time.
Face hurt, sides
Yeah,
hurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I used to always get the hiccups real bad when I'd get together with some old friends because you're sitting around drinking beer, you get to laughing, and all of a sudden
Not breathing right.
dude,
yeah.
I would have hiccups for 4 days straight. It felt like it was miserable.
pretty brutal, but worth every
Oh yeah.
worth every second. Definitely had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think.
From what they tell you.
I definitely came home with a camouflage hat.
Okay.
So now I've got my damn trucker Sherpa jacket. I had a camo hat on,
Nice.
a denim koozie. My wife's like, "What the hell is this?" I got called more times. Everyone kept telling me, they're like, "You look. What's the guy in Yellowstone? Rip Walker, Rip Wheeler."
Rip
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Yeah.
Everyone kept being like, "What do you get the Rip Wheeler starter pack over there?" Got my beard and my Sherpa jacket and my white shirt underneath. I was called Rip Wheeler starter pack.
There is a Walker. Isn't that his name?
Walker's the country
Oh,
singer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Walker's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, different guy.
The guitar player.
Yeah.
Who I used to love until that show, and now I'm like, I don't like that singer anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it turned me off to him.
They have been kind of forcing his songs and his
Yeah, like,
personality into it a little
I
bit.
liked Ryan Bingham so much more when he was just Ryan Bingham,
Mm.
and then when he became Walker, I was like, I hate that dude. That
His
character sucks.
Yeah.
They try to make him like
He's
a-
gotten better this year.
only because he's like banging a girl, so you're like, oh, he's a man. No, she wouldn't be banging him.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunkhouse of men, and then you got
She's
this
already
little
banged out
dude,
the old guy.
a man.
Yeah.
He's like all of a sudden no, I want a slow sad song, which I respect. But
That's your jam.
yeah. I used to like him. Then after that,
You
that
still
show-
like slow, sad songs.
yeah, just not by Bingham.
Oh, okay.
He's lost me. It's horrible.
I'm
You
sure
hear
he's
that, Ryan?
heartbroken.
Yeah, say it a dozen times, it'll pop up.
So how many
Ryan
crickets
Bingham,
you
Ryan
gonna name
Bingham.
Ryan Bingham?
4. It's a $20 order to the Virginia Aquarium. Send those crickets in. Let's feed them to a lizard. That's what you get.
Good use of money. That'll show your ex.
Make sure you put a little fucking cowboy hat on them crickets.
Yeah, with staples.
Take them to the train station.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What do we got here?
Where are we at?
135. You want to go another topic? Or you want to roll on?
That's you're
You see-
running this
you
show.
see Troy's look right there.
Troy's like, get the fuck out of here.
You got any hot topics to
What's
bring
the
up?
best one on that list?
The best one on the list? No. Yeah. I like all of them. But I think I'd like to stick with the steak fight. Because we've been talking about Pennsylvania a lot.
We have been talking a lot of food.
We're talking a lot of food, so it kind of makes sense. There was a full-on fight broke out at a Golden Corral which is weird because that's where all of the finest of society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go to Golden Corral. Nothing brings out the upper echelon like a chocolate fountain.
Well, when you say I'm going to fight someone over a steak, I'm thinking Golden Corral. Like they are known for their
High
great
quality,
steaks. Yeah,
super
like
tender.
that's
juicy
where I go.
steaks.
That's where. Oh, you're getting it next. That's where I go for all my great steak dinners.
I mean, if you're seeking out your steaks at Golden Corral, you're doing it wrong.
Reevaluate
Oh.
your life.
Yeah, I think so.
I popped the next fart in the air.
You can get an amazing steak dinner for $9.99 at Texas Roadhouse. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing I don't understand.
Texas Roadhouse is a good, like, not expensive steak.
yeah.
Because Golden Corral has like a steak night, like I don't know, it's Tuesday night or whatever, and that's when they do prime rib or whatever the deal is.
Yeah.
They do prime rib there?
Perhaps I don't know.
No way.
I'm just saying, like that's like they have a steak night.
Whatever
that's
the
a part of
lowest
like the
rent
buffet
steak is, that's
but
what they
yes,
do.
the option is go to Texas Roadhouse, go to Longhorns. Like
Yeah.
you'll get a better steak for the same price and have a better time and not have somebody swing a fucking child seat at you.
Well, we haven't even told the story.
It's true.
So, this Golden Corral on their buffet, as Lee would call it. What's that favorite? What's that Mexican?
Tagine.
Tagine. So Lee brings his own tagine to
Yeah.
the buffet.
No, I'm wearing jeans to the buffet.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, when you go to Tijuana.
Ooh, my favorite place in Mexico. I can't. I cracked
Did
that.
you
Is it
open
that bad?
I thought it was going to be good, but now that
You gave it the 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, you are.
The fart smell.
Gonna mix it with a Miller Lite.
Honest-
Chase it with a Miller Lite.
That could have been bad.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take a not a next.
You don't want your
whatever not a
next
next you
beer?
have in there.
So there was a Golden Corral in Pennsylvania
Mm-hmm.
that was having their typical buffet night,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently they ran out of steak.
But they ran out of steak because allegedly, a group of people visiting the Golden Corral that night cut in line to get to the steaks before another group of people.
But that's not why they ran out of steaks. They were already running out of steaks.
Sure.
I blame either Golden or Corral.
Mismanagement rampant at the Golden Corral.
Wait, what?
100%. And so somebody cut in line to get that last scrumptious
Oh, yeah.
Golden
Some
Corral
asshole probably
steak.
took like the last 5 just to be a dick.
And I would not be surprised if that happened.
Yeah.
So apparently, somebody who was waiting in line, as you should, at a buffet,
Yeah.
freaked out and started a fight. And I'll be damned if everybody in this Golden Corral didn't get up and start fighting.
It's
like,
a party.
to the point that it was like I saw high chairs swinging in this video.
Nice.
I saw people throwing chairs and people screaming. All
And
I
everyone
wanted was a
going.
steak.
Everyone.
It was wild. Dude, where would you find this, Lee? How would you even look this up
Google?
if someone wanted to watch the video?
I think you just look for Golden Corral steak brawl. I think it's probably
Yeah.
gonna be your best bet.
That's probably a fair bet that
Yeah.
that would come up.
So they apparently have signature sirloin steak every day at dinner, Monday to Saturday after 4 p.m. and Sunday after 11 a.m.
After 4 to
A
4:30.
Tender, juicy USDA steak for dinner is always a special occasion. At Golden Corral, our signature sirloin steaks are cooked to order every night of the week.
Paired with a Bud Light Next.
But
the best.
The intriguing thing about the fight to me was when you're watching the video, you see everyone.
Yeah,
is
how
involved
could
in
that,
this fight.
like, how
this
did-
isn't like family A fighting family B.
That's
Yeah.
the best part. You see a
Yeah.
lady over here who just decides to take a swing at
Yeah.
the woman next to her, and you're like, why are you even involved? You're nowhere near the
It's like
buffet
everybody
line.
stood up at the same time and
Yes.
just started going after
Yeah.
it.
It's like a flash mob for fighting.
Well, you got to think, like, if you're in a Golden Corral, you're probably one to,
You're-
like,
yeah.
get into it with somebody.
But I've been to a Golden Corral many a time, and I've
Yeah, no shame. I used to go like we had a weeknight that my family used to go to Golden Corral. That was our thing.
Yeah,
Like,
Golden Corral's not a horrible place. I don't go there anymore because my wife is she could not bring
No.
herself to go to a
Yeah.
Golden Corral. But when I was in college, we had a Golden Corral across the bridge,
Hmm.
which was one of the 24%. Perfect bridge. Perfect bridge. And we would cross across the gorge
perfectly safely every single time.
every time. And we'd go to that Golden Corral, and it was just
Nary
like,
a creek in that bridge.
yeah, it was perfect though, because it was like, you know, we're college kids, and
Yeah.
like I
All
want a
you can eat for
steak. I
10
want
$12.99,
bucks. I want my
yeah.
fried chicken. I want steak, mashed potatoes, fries,
Yes.
salad. You name
to
it.
get after it. You know what? I might have a little soft serve ice cream,
Dude,
because
the
it's
soft
Golden
serve-
Corral.
Hell yeah.
That's
A little chocolate fountain.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't I? Why should
Treat
But what-
yourself.
But what
fool.
possesses grown adults to pick up a child like baby seat
Yeah.
and swing it over their heads at their fellow
Fucking
patrons
animals.
at a restaurant? though?
There's still chicken tenders.
Exactly. There's other things.
There's like 50
Sorry,
other
bro.
things. It's a
They'll
buffet.
have
That's the
steak
thing.
tomorrow night. Yeah, like I just
But I tell you, if I went in there and I dropped my whatever $10.99,
yeah, and they didn't have steak. Like I get it if
if
you
I went there for a steak, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yes. If
Yeah,
you
but
show up
it
to a
wouldn't
place,
pick you up. It wouldn't make you pick up a fucking child seat and
No.
bash
If
somebody.
this son of a
but
bitch
if somebody
cuts in
else
front
is
of me and
already
takes the last-
swinging a child seat, then bet my ass I'm going to be swinging a child
I
seat at
saw,
him.
like I kind of when I saw the video, I thought, who in their right mind? But now I'm starting to put myself in the situation. Like I go there for a steak. I see a dude cut in line before I get even my first chicken tender in me. Now I'm hangry, and that dude literally just took that. If I had just
I expect
lost-
someone to cut in line there. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know there were lines.
There's not gonna be manners.
And what makes? How do you know? Like, who's the waiter who was dumb enough to walk over and go, "That's the last steak right there"?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know there's not more steak coming?
That's Heath Ledger as the Joker, just like sowing seeds of chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just walking in and going.
You know that's the last steak, right?
He's just standing there. 3 steaks left.
Oh, I heard the ice cream machine.
2 steaks left.
Yeah.
1 steak left. No
Somebody-
steaks left.
yeah.
The cutter got the last one.
He's getting on the PA and like making
Yeah.
announcements.
Excuse
Choc-
me, Golden Corral patrons. We're down to 3 steaks. 3
Chocolate
steaks.
fountain's out of order too, guys. Hate to tell you.
Oh man, Fryer's out too. No fried chicken
Oh
tonight.
damn.
All we have is cream of mushroom soup.
Cream of wheat, cream of mushroom soup. Enjoy, everybody. Golden Corral.
That would get me throwing chairs.
Dude, there's no doubt about it.
But
All out of beer. We got Bud Light next.
but you see them like swinging
Goo.
these chairs over their heads too, and like they're smashing into like the light fixtures,
Yeah.
like chandeliers. But they're not chandeliers because they're like not fancy. They're just like you're hanging light.
I
fixtures.
understand if you're starving and it's like, you know, you're
None of
living in
the-
the middle of nowhere and a bag of rice
Brendan.
is dropped.
Brendan, you saw these people in the video. None
They're
of those people
fat.
were
Exactly,
starving.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I don't want to say it, but like, come on.
These people were going to make it.
There's another Golden Corral in that town
Yeah.
too, right?
Well, and there's more.
Yes.
There's more than one option. Like, take steak off the table. You can still eat to your heart's
But
content.
they
That's
probably
the
have
beauty.
like burgers on the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
like thing.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
Probably
red
same meat.
yes.
Yeah, dude, that's for sure. It was an interesting brawl to see pop off.
Yeah.
That's
That's one worth like looking up and seeing and putting yourself in those shoes. Would I swing a child seat at somebody?
The wife and I used to go to Golden Corral back in the day, but, like, I can't imagine going to one now. I just can't even imagine.
See, I love a buffet.
I like buffets, too, but, like,
I
I
used-
just don't like Golden Corral.
I loved the Ponderosa up in Ashland.
Oh, yeah.
They had a dope buffet until some very tragic events happened in it.
Oh, you're just gonna leave it at that?
That was the DC Sniper one.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that was an interesting time.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a wild time.
Yeah. So that's where, like, another place we used to, if we were ever up in Ashland for some reason, that's where we had dinner.
My wife used to
And-
laugh. That was like during my I went through this like Asian phase where like I had this whole room so I lived up in Northern Virginia. And I would go into like this like little Asian part of Annandale, and I would shop in all of like the true like
Yeah.
Asian stores, and I would buy like Asian end tables and so I had this whole part of our apartment that was like
Very
This sounds like
feng-shuied
you.
out.
This sounds
Yeah.
exactly like
so
you.
it was like I was on this mad Asian kick, right? So I had my divider.
Usually, for most dudes that say they were on an Asian kick, that means something different.
I think it was because I'd already settled down with a blonde.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll get my Asians another way. But so like I bought all this Asian furniture, and I had this like little corner of the house that it was separated by one of those like
Yeah, cloth dividers.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you have the rice paper? Like,
it's still in my office right now.
that is awesome.
In my office right now, there's like an Asian scroll, there's a Japanese scroll, there's the rice paper divider.
Oh, my God.
There's all this. I was growing bonsai trees at this time.
Of course you were. Of course
pot
you were.
committed.
Yeah, like 100%. Like I was
that surprises me. the hell
blonde-haired,
out of Brian.
blue-eyed Asian guy. So like, I'm Asian.
Yeah.
Just bowing to everybody.
Yeah, like I don't know what.
You
was
know,
going on.
half Irish, half Asian, like most of us are.
Yeah.
Grew up in Phoenix, like everybody.
Yeah,
else does.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you guys get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Perfect. Like I was on this weird Asian kick, and so when that DC sniper thing happened, I had nunchucks that would hang.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Like as a dude who's never even taken one.
On your, where'd you hang them? On your rearview mirror?
No, they were hanging over my Asian partition thing,
Yeah.
and I had the four.
You were like, I bet this motherfucker.
I had the
will come
4
after
panel,
me.
not the 3 panel.
Uh huh.
Because I remember being like, if there's ever been a time to spend $30 more,
I gotta get the
it's
four
to step
panel.
up to the
Yeah.
4 panel here, so I can do more.
Brendan's like, I wish a motherfucker would.
But so my
I
wife,
got my
Let me
nunchucks.
No,
get
so
that,
my wife
let me get that
used-
dude within 6 feet of me, and
That's
I'll
right.
crush him.
there was a part of me that honestly thought I was safe.
You were
So,
gonna
like,
take the guy
I'd
down.
walk around the house with like nunchucks over my shoulder.
Again, you know the guy was the DC sniper.
Yeah, he shot
Yo,
people
I get
in
it.
gas stations from 200 yards away, and Brendan's like, in my home, though, I dare that
Well, so one
motherfucker.
of them popped off like a couple miles from our house. Like one of the Home Depot shootings was right around the corner from our house, and I went and got the nunchucks. Like, good luck,
We're
buddy.
ready, yeah.
Good luck coming in here.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, Lee Malvo was gonna come through like the door.
This motherfucker's going to sign his own death certificate.
Yeah, dude. Because I had 2 sets of nunchucks,
Dude.
dude.
Oh, whoa.
I don't
I'm
think
s-
you're supposed to
I'm
use
s-
2.
No, but I'm
once, are
swinging
you?
from both
Why
sides,
are you
dude.
burying the lead, dude?
I'm
You had
swinging
2?
2 sets, man.
Whoa.
In case anyone wanted to spar.
I don't think they're supposed to be used in sets of 2, are they?
To the novice, no.
Rookies can't.
Knock yourself out. You got 2 sets of nunchucks.
Yeah, one to the
Right?
head, one to the balls. You're probably going to die,
You're
dude.
down, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know whether to fall forward or fall backwards.
Yeah.
You know? Not me though, dude.
You're
I'm just
concussed
swinging.
and you can't have
I'm
kids.
swinging, dude. Like I'm doing propeller moves
Yeah.
that like they just miss each other perfectly
Just
timed.
motorboating left and right.
That's right.
Yeah, dude, I could go over the shoulders on both sides. Like I would stand around and just nunchuck, dude.
And she married you.
She loved it. She was like, "That's the white guy I'm gonna marry." You know,
He'll protect us always.
I couldn't find a more accurate description of who I was in those moments than if you watch Wedding Crashers and Will Ferrell's down there.
Yeah.
Wearing the kimono.
He's like, "You lucky man, I could have nunchucked you." Like, that's basically.
That was you.
I was Tad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically me.
That's hysterical.
And I remember she was like, "What are you gonna do with nunchucks?" And I was like, I don't know, but we're about to find out.
That's right.
Hey, I'm ready.
Bet a motherfucker won't.
Because I was like, at that time, I was like, nah, man, I'll never own a gun. Why would I need a gun?
I got these
I'm a lethal weapon.
nummies.
Yeah, nummies, dude. It was horrible.
I got my gi, my nummies,
yeah, dude.
my
I'm
slides.
gonna hide behind
That's
this
right.
partition that they can't see through.
That's right.
Dude, I had throwing stars and shit.
Of course
up
you
in the
did.
drawer. Why would I not?
Yeah, how could you not?
Why would I not?
You don't have nunchucks and not have throwing stars.
What am I, a poser?
Yeah.
Not a
What are
poser,
you, a
bro.
nerd?
No, dude.
Did you wear a headband?
No, that's a bridge too far, dude. That's cultural appropriation, man. You see what you just did? That's racist.
Do you have
What
a
I was doing,
do you have a
I was honoring a tradition.
do you have a katana?
Never had a katana.
Whoa.
Never had a katana. I wanted one.
Yeah, you
I
did.
wanted one badly. I wanted the
You
three.
should put one on your mantle now.
I want the 3 set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this one's for chopping a motherfucker from 4 feet away.
Yeah.
This for chopping a dude from 3.
This is for stabbing somebody.
And this is how I kill myself when I
That's the sword I fall on.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I've
break
destroyed
my
my
honor.
honor.
I dishonor my family.
It was a nightmare, dude. I still watch weird like samurai shit at night. I think it was because like Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang was-
ruined
yeah.
me. And so my screen name
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Where's this going?
yeah,
Let's
dude.
go. What is it?
I was Feng Wu.
Feng Wu.
Feng Wu. Because I had this belief, and I still believe it.
Brendan's son.
No. Okay, so now this is officially cultural appropriation, 2 different directions. So Feng Wu, but the Wu was W-U.
Yeah, like the Wu-Tang.
Yes, because I had listened to so much Wu-Tang Clan at one time. Then I realized
I've never known this about you, dude. Like, you've been banging this stupid Irish drum for the fucking 12 and a half years I've been hanging out with you, and now you're telling me this.
I'm just glad we're an hour 50 in because no one will hear this. No one will hear this. But so my screen name on like AOL Instant Messenger and all that was Feng Wu. In fact, to this day,
What's Feng mean?
oh, so like the Feng Shui. So I felt that,
okay, so it
I
was a
felt like
play on-
there was a belief that you had to be of 2 parts, like a yin and yang.
Yeah.
You had to be equal parts on each side. You needed a balance. And one of those balances needed to understand Feng Shui.
Yeah.
You needed to understand the balance
How
of
you
nature
place your furniture.
and how to be. No. It was more about. It was more about.
Well, you got to know
balance.
where to put the partition.
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't
But
just
to
throw it up
me, it was
anywhere.
more about like a balance of nature.
Yeah.
Like
Good
you
and
had to be-
evil, light and dark.
Just
Half of you was
Just-
nature, half of you was Wu-Tang.
half of me was street. Half of me was street.
Yeah.
So that was my belief. So I was Feng Wu. Like I was very.
God, you know when he thought of this, he was like, this shit is the best fucking name ever.
Bro, I had a clothing line I was working on.
Oh, no.
Yes, Feng Wu, because it was all like sustainable. Before sustainable was cool.
Stop.
It was like sustainable materials, but streetwear.
Because that's what the
It didn't work.
that's what the 36 chambers of death want to wear.
But you see, that's the 36.
Bro, is that shirt sustainable?
Yo, that shit made out of
dog.
bamboo, bro?
Yeah.
But the 36 chambers was the other side, right? You had to
Yeah.
be street smart. You had to hustle.
Yeah.
You had to get things done. You had to understand how to move through the modern world. But if you didn't have that other side of you that was tied to nature, you were never going to make it. It's
What is wrong with you?
fucking Feng Wu, dude? Still to this day, if you ever get your ass kicked by Feng Wu on fucking Xbox, that's me, motherfucker. That's me. That's me.
Episode name,
That's
Feng
me
Wu.
rolling up in Fortnite.
Next Feng Wu. Next Feng Wu.
Yes, I'm good with that name. But yeah, that was my whole shtick, dude. But I literally like had no chucks and shit.
Oh,
About
my
that
God,
life.
I was
dude.
about that life, dude. And I had a fountain.
Of course.
I had a fountain and a fish tank for my water.
You had some
I
bamboo
almost-
sticks?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. I still have bamboo in there. If you walk through my house, you will find these random because it was my
Trinkets
whole corner.
as if you'd been like.
There's still bamboo
every
plants
corner.
in there. There's still like the end tables. There's all these little things. You're like, where'd you get all this Asian shit? It's like, well, for about 7 years there.
He's really pot committed in this lifestyle.
Yeah, and that was it. I always tried to be like very humble, but also very aggressive.
Violent on the inside.
Yes, and I thought that was the perfect balance, and I still to this day think it is. I just don't know that Feng Wu's the name.
It definitely is.
It works.
Yeah.
I thought it worked
Let's
a lot.
let's double down on this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How have
Feng-
you never named like a fantasy football team that or something?
You know what? It's all coming back to me because the more I talk about it, you guys laugh harder.
We're gonna
and
come
I'm
next.
like,
No,
I'm
no,
digging
we're
in.
laughing with you though.
I'm
not
digging
at you.
in. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Man, it's that yin and that yang.
Yeah, fucking
It should be
katanas, nunchucks, all up in
Feng Wu
here.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's too much street. Too much street. You see, you've ruined the balance. You've ruined the balance.
You can mix a little breakdancing in there.
I think the thing I'm most intrigued about is the clothing wear. I want to know what you had for that.
I know you drew out a design.
Dude, it had little hidden pockets in it for
For the
things.
throwing
For
stars.
throwing stars?
Nah, just for whatever you didn't want people to see there on the inside.
Oh.
Like hidden pockets.
Do you have a pocket for your nunnies?
Nah, dude, those are on the outside, man. I want you to know.
Yeah, a
That's what
pocket,
I'm
like
saying.
a
You gotta
special
have,
pocket
like,
for
the
'em.
perfect width to slide them
Yeah.
like straight into it.
Like carpenter pants.
Yeah.
dog.
But just nummy slides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done. Done.
You need a throwing star pocket that's like
For
protected so it doesn't
I
cut
go in my
you.
house right now, get some numb stars for a fact. Like my office has all this stuff kind of
Oh
hidden
my
throughout
God.
And in this corner we have the cowboy hat and the whip, and then
Yeah.
in this corner we have it's cowboys and Asians.
You'll notice the three-leaf
Yeah.
clover and my tartan on this
the
side.
Guinness, and then
Yeah.
over here you got the cactus for the Phoenix time.
It is
and then-
funny. Like I got all these things that I claim, but there were these two things I never had. And I was like, but that's me in the internet world.
Yeah.
Like I'm Feng Wu.
Yeah, you were like the original like keyboard warrior, like
Yeah.
living
Like
behind.
completely presenting myself as something else. Like some people are like, I'm gonna pretend to be like I'm like, nah, I'm Feng Wu.
God, I can see 22-year-old Brennan just loving that shit too.
In
and
my mind,
somehow
this
his
was
wife loving it also.
Yeah.
that also blows.
that's
my
the
mind.
crazy thing is
I
she's
am.
like out of my league.
She's
she
like,
was
"Dude,
like,
this
I think-
motherfucker protected me during the DC sniper. I'll follow him into the depths of hell.
as well she should.
You're still undefeated.
Still undefeated.
DC sniper ain't got me yet.
That's right. That's right. Who do you
Yeah.
think caught him, dude? You know why? Street smarts,
That's right.
but also
Street smarts.
ear to the ground, dude.
yeah.
I was following nature.
Yeah.
I was hearing the rustling in the wind, but I
Yeah.
also heard that.
Really feeling that
motherfucker.
chi move through the landscape.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, dog.
You ready to roundhouse
But
kick
also,
somebody?
I recognize that dude over there is looking at me funny. See, I don't got this. Street smarts.
Street smarts.
I've never talked about this to you.
No, never once.
You turn on that Xbox right now.
Never
It'll be
once.
like bling. Feng
Welcome,
Wu.
Feng Shui.
Yeah, dude.
Feng Wu.
It'll always be my internet persona. And there were dudes like in my 20s, like I would meet these dudes and I'd explain that to them. And they'd be like, "This dude gets it."
This dude fucks.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it was that time of like Wu Tang and all that. Like I just took it to another level.
Yeah.
You know, they were,
As you're known to do.
that was my world, dude. But they sound so good together. But whatever, dude. It's cool. The last 20 minutes have really gone off the rails.
Nah, dog.
I don't know.
I was
why.
ready to end it, but now I'm glad we didn't. That was awesome.
It's unfortunate. I don't know why I feel so obligated to tell whatever the hell in my past when I get these mics in front of me.
Dude, we gave these jerks 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's a little much.
A little much.
Little much.
Well, we should leave then.
Let's shut it down.
Let's shut it down. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. We do appreciate your time. Like I always say, man, keep an ear to the street and an eye on nature.
You always say that.
That's what I always say. Peace out. If you haven't had a chance to head over to Screen Door Mortgage, you should if you need a mortgage. Ask for Jimmy. He'll take care of you. If you need some sunglasses, head over to nectarsunglasses.com. Drop Bowflex in the coupon code. You get 20% off. If you haven't had a chance to donate money, why? You can always head over to the Venmo. We are trying to get a new board. What's that?
Yep. At Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
That's the one. You can always find us on Gmail at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. Send us your topics. Leave out the insults about my internet
Internet
nickname.
Asian history.
Make up a sweet design for Feng Wu, and we'll get
Oh.
the T-shirts made.
Dog, we do need some T-shirts of that now.
Some Feng Wu shirts,
Fuck
dude?
yeah.
Maybe I'm
Can you do something with like M4K for that?
the Feng Wu. No, because nowadays it's not like if I show up in
you're
a
right.
kimono, they're like, "What's he doing?"
Yeah. Just bring
Whereas-
some nunchucks. That's really all I want.
Got it.
That I can arrange.
I can bring.
I'll be the
two.
dude from Fist of Fury. that was Bob Odenkirk or whatever.
Yeah.
That's doable. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think? Feng Wu forever.